Hmm. Okay, so everyone can hear me. All right, got it.
Hear me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hello. Are
Now
you there, Miss A?
everybody should be able. Yep, I can
Okay.
hear you. Can you hear me? Okay.
I
So hold
can.
on. Let me. Oh, okay. Hey, Galvin. Okay. So let's get
Hi, Galvin.
this party started. Let me do with the little opening credits. Girl, it's raining here. It's raining bad. I don't do well with rain. I don't. Ooh, I'm still thankful to be alive, though. Still
Yes,
thankful.
you
Hold on.
should fix
What's
yourself a
so
nice.
fun? What's so funny, TSM?
Hold on. Oh
What's so
boy,
fun?
boy, boy.
What's so funny, TSM?
Fun. Happy Saturday, everyone.
What's so fun? What's so funny, TSM?
Yeah. Tune in with April Showers on YouTube. Talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. Then let's make Miss April ours. Talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. Then let's make Miss April ours. Talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. Then let's make Miss April ours. Talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. Then let's make Miss April ours. You know that she in the better, that she in the better thing. She do a little bit of everything. You know that she in the better, that she in the better thing. She do a little bit of everything.
Oh, oh my goodness. It's like every time I open up my shows, oh well. Okay, hello everybody. This is April Showers. I'ma just get into it. Hey, true strong warrior.
Hey.
Hello everybody. Thanks for spending your Saturday morning with us. I'm sorry for the opening the way it is. But they come up with this list. I couldn't do nothing but laugh at this list. But I want to read my open letter that I wrote for my nieces and my younger cousins. And I go on to ask them, do y'all approve of this list? Because I don't approve of this list. Since we have the list of where you don't want a man to take you out on the first date, since you got your requirements, well, you know what? To my nieces and my younger cousins, well, maybe the man has requirements. Like, do you even know restaurant etiquette? Do you know the difference between a salad and a dinner fork? Do you know the difference between a soup spoon and a regular spoon? Do you know where to place your napkin? Do you know how to cut and chew your food properly? I mean, if we, hey, we're going to make some laughs out of this, right? So, y'all telling men where you don't want to go, and according to this list, that's about nothing. So it looks like you'll never get a first date and be starving. But while you putting requirements, maybe he looking at you. And so I'm gonna let you go ahead, just be.
Well, I can't hold on, let me put my glasses on. I can see it on my TV. Okay. First up is the Cheesecake Factory. Ooh,
Yum yum.
let me think about that. Well, I haven't been on a Cheesecake Factory date since I was about 19, my first year in college. This guy took me to Cheesecake Factory, and I think I told him I wanted him to take me somewhere nice. I mean, though I'm a tender 25 years old, that was a real long time ago. So yeah, don't. Okay, this is my honest opinion. I'm gonna be real. I think that as a couple, right? As a couple, we are ready together. We can go to Cheesecake Factory whenever we feel like it. You know, Houston's nicest mall has a big Cheesecake Factory, right? That's the one I went on that date to. And on some casual stuff, I think Cheesecake Factory is cool. But if you want, it's hard to get my attention and it's kind of harder to keep it. And I'm real big on like vibes and ambiance. And so Cheesecake Factory is not going to do it for me at this new tender age of 25 that I am.
Oh, girl, I'm 30, 31.
You see what I'm saying? We young out here.
Yeah, we young out here. Shoot, I like the Cheesecake Factory.
No, I think it's cool. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's Miss April, if it's just me and you and it's a Saturday and you in the mood for some cheesecake, we can definitely run up in there. You know what I'm saying? We can. Well, I don't think I ever sat at the bar at Cheesecake Factory, but I have sat at the bar at what's their other one? The Cheesecake Factory sister restaurant. I can never think of the name of it. Y'all, anybody know Cheesecake Factory have like a sister restaurant? And it's interesting because um when I was dating this guy who used to treat me real good, and he took me to all the best restaurants, we were staying at a hotel, so we went there for to the Cheesecake Factory sister restaurant for like a brunch. And I didn't really like it. So I thought it started thinking, I can't think of the name of that restaurant. So I started thinking I didn't like their food, but then I started going at lunch with my coworkers, and and I like it. I can't, y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody help me out. Cheesecake Factory has a sister restaurant. What the hell's the name of
I
that
don't know.
place?
'Cause I mean, I always go to the newest thing, even when they opened up the place with the lollipops. What was that? The Sugar Factory and stuff. Even though I spent $50 for a huge drink, I mean, it was
I never
still
been
nice.
there. They didn't have one in
Mm.
Houston when I was living there. What is it? I don't. Hopefully, I won't hang up. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it right now.
Okay, but y'all Grand Lux. But if you look at this list, um, a letter to women, please don't go by this list because you'll never have a first date. You'll be
Yeah,
sitting
Grand
at
Lux.
home.
That's okay. Lounge. That's actually where I went to the Grand Lux the first time. There was one. It was connected to like a mall. I don't recall it being a big mall, but I think we were staying at the shit. My memory ain't nothing today. But the hotel that was connected. The was it a wind? Was it a wind?
What was
No.
it, Benny Hannes?
No, to Grand Lux. That's the Cheesecake Factory sister restaurants.
Oh, okay.
And there was one. It was connected to a mall, and we went down there and we had breakfast there, like a brunch type thing, I think it was. But I didn't really like it. So in my mind, I didn't. No, actually, no. I take that back. I did like the brunch. Then I went back there another time, and I had ordered something from them, and I didn't like it. So in my mind, I didn't like Grand Lux. But shit, I started going there for lunch, and their little seafood salad they have, that was my jam.
this list had to be made by a person that has never went out on a date because they're saying hookah bars, don't even go to his parents' house, don't
Hookah
even
bar
go
on there
bowling.
too? Hold
Yeah,
on.
girl.
No, I'm blind. Let me get a little closer.
Yeah, read the list. I
Well, we
mean,
got to go
it's
one by one. We can't just jump down the
okay.
list. But
Okay.
let me preface everything by saying this. I think that there is no one way to date. There's no way one way for anybody. I think that things are up to the individual person. And I think that if you like dates to Cheesecake Factory, you need to meet to a man or a woman or whatever who likes dates at the Cheesecake Factory. Uh and if that's a vibe for you, for them, and that's a vibe for you, then y'all go be married. It ain't a vibe for me. So, and it's not that I'm too good to eat there. That's not what I'm saying. I will eat there, but on a first date, I don't know you. Hopefully, you want to see me again. I'm gonna need a little bit of a. I'm gonna need some energy in the place. I'm gonna need a little mood. But that's me.
It's just a first date. You talking about a mood.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a
I mean,
first.
I understand it's the first date, but so when you have a first date, right? You're gonna try to impress the person. I'm not saying you gotta like, you know, spend
Yeah,
all your
actually,
money, but
you want to see if they really look like what they look like in person than the pictures y'all been swapping.
well, that too, but I'm saying like you're gonna dress nice. You're not gonna go there with just, you know what I'm saying, with your chill clothes on and a ponytail because you're comfortable with the person. You're gonna dress up nice because you want to put your best face forward, right? And present yourself
Yeah.
well. So the date should speak of that too, right? Like they want to impress you. They're gonna try to be on their best manners. They're gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Like you can talk in a lot of different places, but for me, I just feel like the kind of adult that I'm gonna do better with long term is not gonna think to take me to Cheesecake Factory on a first date. Not on a first date, but that's me.
Okay, Cheesecake Factory. I will go on the first date. What's the next one?
Uh, okay, Lounge. Actually, I went out with. Well, I don't even know if that was a date, but I went fishing with this guy one time, and that was really fun. But I mean, I also didn't have that kind of interest in him. Applebee's. I don't
You
even
went
eat
fishing on
Applebee's.
the first date,
Okay,
as in
Lounge said she went
wait a
fishing.
minute, fishing as in like putting a worm on a hook? Oh hell no! As in, did you put the worm on the hook and throw your pole out there? Oh no!
But see,
Oh
but
no!
here's the thing, though.
But
See, you
see, I
saying
don't like fishing.
But that's what I was gonna say. You're saying, "Oh no," but for two people who like outdoors and like to do activities, I mean, it's something you could do and talk. So you know what I'm saying? Like again, I think that.
No, a real fisherman don't even want you talking because they say you scare away the fish.
Oh well, I don't know. Well, then that's probably a bad date if you can't talk, because you got to get to know people, right? Like you're trying to get to know them.
But I don't know. I guess it could be fun as, they scare me to death with putting a worm on the hook. I can move around and fall in their arms like they do in the movies.
I mean, oh Lord, you always you always trying to be fast, Miss April.
Y'all know I'm a part-time comedian. I like to have fun. Hey, life is too short. I'm glad to be living. I'm a make a joke out of everything. It's nothing personal towards anybody. Okay.
Well, Applebee's, I don't do Applebee's. So y'all have to check on that with somebody else because I don't
Okay,
even
why
eat
don't
Apple.
you do Applebee's?
I I don't. I mean, I don't. I think I've eaten at Applebee's maybe twice in my life. I think. Like I don't know. Like they don't be near me. I don't
Mhm.
know that anybody's ever said you got to be at Applebee's to get any sort of a drink or any sort of food or um any of that. Like I don't have no reason to go to Applebee's.
Okay.
Is
I like
Applebee's the
Applebee's.
ones that do the 2 for 20?
That's how I was gonna say. Applebee's, you can go eat 2 for 20, 2 for 25. I mean, if you on a budget.
Well, again, but Miss April, You can't take
Okay.
everybody on a 2 for 20 date. That's what I'm trying to say. Like people are
Okay.
different. People have different needs. Like how okay went fishing and she thought that was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. People got to find people that match their energy and match their expectations. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's not hard. I mean, Applebee's might have some good food. I don't know. I don't eat Applebee's. Queen Case just
Okay.
talking crazy.
I'll drop the link if anybody else want to come up here. What's the next one? Damn, I'm like you with my
Chili's.
glasses on.
Okay. Chili's.
I
I
like
don't think I
chili.
really ate at a Chili's since I was in high school. That's another place that's kind of like Applebee's. I don't know that I need to go there. Like, I don't know. Why do I need to go there?
So, to a lot of people, these places have been around, so they played out. You think maybe this is what they were thinking? Like,
Well, I mean, they definitely ain't fashionable. I
okay,
just feel like for a lot, let me tell you. So for a lot of like these little affordable sort of like chain type places, I feel like it's not even about the price. I just feel like it's some more creative adult options. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we could go to a happy hour at a nice place that's just feels more adult. You know what I'm saying? And get some appetizers and some drinks versus going to friggin' Applebee's and Chili's for dinner. I don't know why we doing that.
okay. And if the guy says drinks only, that means drinks. That does not mean to go order 48 oysters.
Well, I wish
If you
somebody would tell me that I can't eat if I'm hungry. I wish that you listen. You're not
wait a
gonna see
minute,
me.
wait a minute, did you listen to the video? The lady said, the guy said, let's just go meet for drinks. Drinks only. Drinks.
No, I listen. I understand that, but
Drink.
I'm saying like
Now,
if
if we
somebody
get
say,
there and I'm hungry, and I'll say, I know we were supposed to meet for drinks, but I'm a little hungry, but you just can't. I mean, that's just some common courtesy. You just can't spring on a person. If you and I went out, just be meet me here. They got some good margaritas. I only said margaritas because Red Lobster got some nice $5 margaritas. I was there yesterday. Now, I did not say go order appetizers, a dinner, all you can eat shrimp and everything else.
right, I get that. And it's not to say that to being rude. I'm just saying how I will receive it. Like if you say, let's go get some drinks, I'm probably going to stick to some drinks, right? But if I get hungry or if I notice that, oh my God, they got some, some good plates coming out. I'm not even saying like a whole meal, but maybe just, I don't know, they have something come out and it is looking pretty good. A little crab dip or something. You know what I'm saying? And I want that. If I hear you can't have that because I said drinks only, you definitely ain't seeing me again. You may not see me after I go to the restroom because like I'm not a child and I don't need like why like if you say just drinks, we probably gonna get just drinks. But if it's I said drinks, you can't get no food, then that ain't gonna work out. That's not gonna work out. That ain't gonna work out.
Well, I still think it's the things such as common courtesy. We came out for drinks. Maybe I had a budget, and yes, the food might be smelling good. And if you looking at the food, and a real date is gonna offer you. I mean, all you got to do is say, them oysters look good." And then if they offer, you say something like that, and they don't offer, then you
So
take
what
it
if he
from there.
say
But
I said just drinks? Like what if you say, oh, that look good, and he say,
then you
oh,
know that
I
you
said
have a
just
thorough
drinks.
man that's sticking to the plan of just drinks only. That would be like me going to the mall saying I'm only gonna buy shoes, and then I come out the mall, I done spent $600 or 1K. I mean, come on now.
Joshua, I'm V. Joshua, I'm V. Just V, but V.
Okay.
I had this coworker one time. He works in the IT department, so I'm pretty sure he probably made pretty good money. Um, and he called himself kind of like I don't know. I'm not sure what he thought it was going to be, but I would just like talk to him at work and stuff like that. And then he started like asking me what I was doing on the weekends and stuff, but I was always kind of like, I'm busy or whatever. I wasn't thinking much of it. And I remember one time he told me that he never takes women out to eat on a date, that if they're hungry they would have ate before they got there. And I was thinking to myself, well, damn, that sounds terrible. Like, I was like, never. He was like, never. Like, but that kind of mentality remind me of men who always think somebody using them for something, and me and those kind of men don't get along. So
Well, most of the people that wrote this list obviously only eat at McDonald's or Burger King.
wait, you said the
Okay,
people who made the list only eat that?
that they probably only eat at McDonald's and Burger King. They want to tell you where you shouldn't go on the first date, and they probably never even eaten at these places. But carry on.
If Robert Keller was in here, he'd be cutting up about this kind of stuff and carrying
I
on.
don't
Like,
know.
he'll be carrying on and be all talk. So if y'all next
Mm,
time y'all see Robert Keller, tell him I said he's all talk. But
okay,
let's moving on down the list. Now here's the thing. Number 4. Chipotle is my spot. Okay. That is my jam. All right.
girl, I love me some
Honestly,
Chipotle bowls. That steak bowl. Mm-hmm.
Chipotle
Yeah.
is the way to my heart. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm not finna tolerate any man taking me on a fast food date. Because just too many of the places we could go. Why are we at Chipotle? I mean, we could go to a sports bar and have some drinks and some buffalo wings, but we're not going to Chipotle. That's not okay.
What's the difference from Chipotle's? You saying it's a fast food, then the sports
Hmm.
bar filled with loud cheering people. What's the difference?
Well, you actually got a good point. It's kind of hard to talk if it's loud, but some places are laid back. I've been to some really nice sports bars actually. That's real nice, and they have good drinks and all of that. So I'm just saying that it's not everything. Don't have to be like super luxurious, but you're not taking me to Chipotle. Like, why are you taking me to Chipotle on a first date? That's just weird. You got to stand
I
in a
like to
line to
eat
order your
so.
food, carry it on a tray. That's not. Listen.
What's so weird about it? You can see the way the person acts. You can see if they can put their phone down to even look at the menu. You
I can
can
do that at a lot of places.
you can check them out, but I mean, you talking about standing in line? You can see the way they act.
Mm-mm.
Okay, but keep on.
It don't make no sense. How you take somebody on a Chipotle date that you just met? Like, you can't. That's like telling somebody you're gonna take them to Burger King. You can't do that. There's gotta be some rules and some regulations to this now. You just can't do whatever.
Chipotle's, you can go on the inside and sit down. Again,
Mm-mm.
I mean, you can envision it being a 5-star restaurant, but
Mm-mm.
okay.
I can't do it. I can't do it. But listen, while we a couple, we can run up in Chipotle anytime because I loves Chipotle.
Okay.
All right. Olive Garden. Uh,
Hold on, Gwen.
I don't think anybody has ever taken me to Olive Garden on a date at all, ever.
Okay, I got Miss Gwen Michelle. You here? She's up here with us now. Okay.
Hey, Miss April.
Hey.
Good
Hi, Gwen.
morning. Hi. What's your name on the
I'm
panel?
V. I'm
Hey,
V.
V. Good morning.
Yeah,
I'm
this
enjoying this.
we
Good
okay,
morning.
you enjoying it. Okay, I've been wanting to do
You
this for
enjoy.
3 days now.
When I
Okay.
apologize, this your first time meeting me. I promise I'm a nice person, but I, I just wish somebody else. I wish Keller was here because he could tell you more
I
about
know.
like.
Let me try to get in touch with him.
No,
Okay,
no, no,
keep
no.
going.
He's busy. He'd be busy on Saturdays for Rum. So you can
Okay.
just let him do his thing. But like, it's not that I'm always hard to please. It's just
I
it
mean,
just.
you're stating your truth and your facts. Who do you don't have to try to prove yourself to nobody. To never
Oh no,
apologize.
definitely
Just
not.
be yourself. You know,
Right.
I'm enjoying the conversation, honestly, even though we don't see things the same way, but that's what adult conversation is.
Well,
Being able
chime
to
in.
Right.
I mean, maybe you
yeah.
can give me a different spin. I just know, like for me, I like a lot of ambiance. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to just. I don't know. Like I feel I like ambiance. I like to feel like an adult, right? When I'm getting my food and my drinks. And when I'm in the dating state of mind, like I want to, I don't know. I need a vibe. I don't know how to say. I don't have the words. I'm out.
And nothing's
You
wrong
need
with that. That's what you want, and that's what you deserve, and that's what's gonna make you happy, and that's what will attract you. I mean, and you'll attract that. So don't feel bad for how you feel. I mean,
Oh
that's
no, I don't feel bad.
oh okay, because you was like you apologized first time meet me.
Well,
I'm
I was just
like,
saying, like, it's your first time interacting with me, and I'm like, nope, can't go there, nope, can't go there, nope, can't go there.
oh no, no. I like people to be real. Miss April been on my channel before. You know,
uh-huh.
we just be
Yeah.
ourselves. You know, if you think like me, I'm gonna think something wrong with you. I don't want nobody to move the way I move. We have our own beat, but I'm tickled at you though, because it's cute to me. Because I know a lot of people, that think like you too, and that's nothing's wrong with it. Like I said, I mean, that's what you believe. My flip side of it is, I would go to every place on that list. It just
Everyone,
depends.
Me too.
Yeah, it just depends on the situation. I sure would, girl. Yeah, Denny's, IHOP, Wingstop. Yep, give me some wet lemon pepper, ice
oh.
cream. Yes, ma'am. Starbucks, definitely bowling. Yep, all of that. I
Now,
would.
I did go on an ice cream date once, and I thought it was the sweetest thing ever because it was so simple and just so pure. However, I already knew him. I've been knowing him a long ass time,
Mhm.
a long time. But that that could be, a little ice cream and maybe a walk in the park or something. That actually might be all right.
Well, now, see, y'all gonna say that's a cheap date because they only bought you ice cream and you walked in the park.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not about the price. Like when I say I don't want no Applebee's 2 for 20, I just feel like if you're gonna spend $20, it's some more creative. There are some places where you can get deals, but they're different. They not like the
Yeah.
fucking Applebee's. Like I said, a happy hour would be a good one. Like there's a little lounge. There are a lot of cool lounges and stuff like that you can go to. They might have music. You can still kind of talk a little bit. The drinks might be good. Something like that I will be into. But don't take me to Applebee's.
Well, Applebee's have been around for a while for me, so
I don't even know if
yeah.
their food is good. I really don't know. Oh no, you know what? I ate at Applebee's in Honduras. But again, I was in Honduras. So and I
Okay.
was with my family. And my family, they love all these places on this list, okay? Except for
So
maybe
what
Chipotle.
was the next one? You said no Chipotle's. That's like fast food.
But I love
Olive Garden.
Chipotle. Olive Garden. I don't think I've ever been on a date to Olive Garden.
Olive Garden is nice if you want to eat a lot of salads and bread.
I do
Mm-hmm.
love their soups, their salads, and their bread, but also don't take me to Olive Garden on a date.
Why not?
Again, I we can go to a Buca de Pepo. What's that? Maggiano's. There's a lot of other Italian restaurants that aren't that expensive, and I wouldn't understand why we would go into Olive Garden. See. Here's my thing with a lot of things on this list. If this is all you can think of, I'm gonna think you don't have good taste, and so I'm not a person who believes in trying to convince somebody to want to do the things that I want to, or trying to force them to find value in the stuff that I like, because that's too much like trying to change a person. If some people are really open to new ideas, but in general, if they like Olive Garden and I like Maggiano's, it might not be a go. It might not be a go, because a lot of these things also remind me of people who don't want to try a lot of new stuff, right? So like Olive Garden's a name, Chili's is a name, Applebee's is a name, Cheesecake Factory. I just feel like it might be just a little pre-site that they might not be as creative as I am. I don't know.
Okay, keep on going.
This is terrible.
No, this is amazing. I'm enjoying this. But can I just say something real quick, Miss
Oh
April?
Yeah.
yeah, go say something.
Okay. I just want to throw a little something in the conversation. Okay, think about
Mhm.
it like this. Okay, this is a first date. Okay, say that you
Mhm.
never met the person before. In my opinion, in some cases, I may want to take a walk in the park and maybe grab a hot dog from the food truck just to see how do you eat? You might be with somebody who eat like
Exactly.
a dog, and you get to a 5-star restaurant and you embarrassed, but you
Yeah.
at the 5-star restaurant. So just getting to meet somebody, I want to know how you chew. I want to know, if you smack it. I want to know if you know a salad fork from a regular fork. All of that before we go to the 5-star restaurant. So me, I would do McDonald's. I would do anywhere. I don't care. I get me a cup of coffee from McDonald's. If he wanted me to McDonald's, I would go. But that's just me because before we step up in the nice place,
You
you might
gotta
not
make
even
sure.
know how to hold a menu or say, "Excuse me, waitress." You might be hollering across the room to my, "Hey, good," instead, and then I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna call me an Uber from the bathroom.
You
You
definitely from the
know,
South. You
think
definitely from
about it. Yeah, yeah, Mississippi, baby. It's like but I lived in Dallas, Texas for a while, so that opened my eyes to a lot because that's quote unquote was a
Oh, they
city.
country in Dallas too, though.
Big
Don't get it
country. Yeah,
twisted.
they big country.
Yeah,
But
they
it was
in
like,
that.
I met a lot of different people and guys that wanted to do this. I went to a mansion party. He knew the owner of the Mavericks and all Dallas Mavericks. I mean, I've seen a lot, but at the end of the day, that does not impress me. I could be sitting on the pickup truck, drinking a bottle of water, shooting the shit with a homeboy, and be more happy than dressed up like a queen with somebody that gets on my nerves. Now that's just me.
But
That's
see,
my
your
take on
homeboy,
life.
that's not
Cause
a
you
date
gotta
though.
be you gotta be happy regardless. And it's
But you,
not where you go, it's not what they buy you. To me, it's the person and seeing a future and can I grow old with this person? That's just the way I see things. But I'm enjoying this.
well, I was gonna say I think the difference is I probably would enjoy being with my homeboy and drinking a bottle of water too. But the difference is that's my friend, right? Like I'm not trying to have the same future with him
But
and
you
make.
gotta be friends with who you date, cause if you ain't friends, you ain't got nothing.
Well, sure, sure.
Cause marriage is now busting up cause folks ain't friends. They don't like each other.
Oh
I'm a
yeah,
living witness. 2020 COVID hit me and my last husband. I've been married twice, for the record. We divorced because we literally couldn't stand each other. And I refused to live the second portion of my life. I'm 46 years old. I am ready for peace and happiness, and I have that now. So
right.
all this other stuff, with people. But I listen and I pray for peace in the world. But at the end of the day, your sanity and your happiness is worth more than anything.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. But see, you know what? Um, what I told Keller was, you don't know Keller, but Miss April does. I told him that I think, me personally, I think it's unfair for a person who likes certain things, even though they may meet somebody and really be attracted to that person and really like them. I think it's almost unfair to that other person if they aren't, whether it be into it or used to like just aren't used to a certain way when it comes for date. Like your requirements are different from their requirements or what they give, right? And I'm not talking about just gifts. I mean, it could be just anything as far as what they consider a date night, any of those things. I think it's unfair, even though you really have genuine feelings for that person. I think it's unfair to that other person because I feel like there's going to be a time when it really shows that you're not as simple as maybe you have presented yourself to be to accept just because you like that person, because I don't think it's unfair for another person to be with you and you want or like things that they can't provide. Like I think that's unfair to that other person, because if the other person cares about you, they'll feel like they really can't make you happy.
I agree.
Okay. I
Unequally
agree.
yoked. At the end of the
Now
day,
what?
equally yoked. Because you're right. You can't put pressure, and that was what me and my ex. You can't make people be who you want them to be. They may change
Right.
temporarily, but at the end of the day, like you said, your values are your values. You like what you like, and you don't. Ain't no man can come in your life and try to change your mind about this list right here. Just like one can't come in my mind and change my mind about the list. We have to mesh
Right.
with what we supposed to be.
Now what about Queen Keith said I'm not going to church or no family functions or his house as a first date.
I agree. I mean, so I met this dude in Dubai. I gave him my number thinking, let me, I want to find some local Dubaians, whatever you call them. And he texted me and asked me to church. I was like, nigga, I don't know. You ain't going to church with you. First of all, I don't even know what kind of church you go to. That may not be my type of house of worship. Why are you inviting me to church? I don't know you.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I think
And that's a whole nother
yeah, I
discussion when
think
we
that's
talk about
weird.
church men.
I think that's weird. I mean, you want a man to love the Lord, but that's a date. You can't talk in church.
And they to me they already perpetrating because they want you to think, oh, they done got a good church man now. Nope, I done had you church man. Y'all just like the regular ones. Matter of fact, church is just like the disco. Just drop a crystal ball and from one party
I
to
think
the
you
next.
might be too much of a
Again,
Bible thumper for me.
I am a comedian, y'all. I love the Lord now. I'm just a comedian.
I love the
Okay.
Lord too, but I think loving the Lord is one thing, but somebody who thinks that I mean, what? Because that might mean the only thing they like to do is go to church. So, and I got a little bit of another side that don't, that I got to go to church and pray about. I don't want to just go to church all the time.
Right.
So,
And
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 I'd
that
be
that's
lying if I said
important.
that I did.
That's important. You're right. You're right. That
Okay,
does.
Sterling, you had to show your face.
Miss April,
Who?
I'm gonna get ready to step down. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted you to stay up.
Well, I
Yeah,
have a
hold on.
live
We got a guy.
scheduled. I had my
Okay,
own
Sterling.
thing
Oh,
scheduled, but
Yes.
definitely
okay.
we could do this another
What
time.
is
I
you
think
said? Is it one? What was your name again? Sorry,
the
Gwen.
OK Lounge.
That's Gwen. We be going to the
Okay,
OK
Gwen.
Lounge. Okay. We got
Okay.
a guy up here now. We
Well,
got
nice to meet you,
Sterling.
Gwen. Who we
Hey,
have?
Sterling.
Sterling. Yeah. Thanks for
Hi,
having me.
Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my first time. I think I just like searched for open panels,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and I changed my filter to live, and it sounds like a really interesting topic. So I had to hit the link. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you for being here. Can you want to give us some man perspective here?
Well, I'll jump right in because, um, okay, so full disclosure, I've never been to the Cheesecake Factory. Why is that number? Why is that number? We don't have one around where I live. We don't have one around me. So, can somebody explain
Right.
that? Just
Can
the
you
other
tell me
day.
about where you live? Like, okay, do you live in a big city?
Well, no, I live in the South.
You live
Yeah.
like in a
Yeah.
country, like a small town or a small city, or
No. Yeah, I would say like like in small city. Yeah.
okay. The only reason I ask is because like every big city have, I believe, a cheesecake factory, right?
Oh, is that right?
And then some might also have a Grand Lux, which I was trying to say earlier is the sister place. I listen. I like when I say don't take me on a first date. That is different from what you can take me to later on. I eat Cheesecake Factory. It's not one of my favorite places, but I don't have anything bad to say about it other than don't take me there for a first date because it's um just very like chain restaurant commercially type of a thing, and I just I like something a bit more set the mood.
Okay.
Okay. So Sterling, when you take a woman out on the first date, what are
Right.
you looking for in a woman? Like when y'all go out, like what are you looking at?
Well, I mean, like a lot of
Hold
things.
on a second, 1 second, Sterling. Miss April, I'm gonna put y'all on mute real quick. I'm gonna go fix me another cup of tea.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Thank you for the question. To answer your question, I'm looking into everything. I'm listening to everything, and I would say, oh, I'm not here to judge, but yeah, I'm judging. You know what I mean? Like the good, the bad, the ugly. Maybe your question was like, what am I looking for, like in her specifically? What I would like to see
Right.
is a positive attitude.
Okay.
A positive attitude. Can't be shy. She got to laugh at my jokes. She's got to, can't be giving me like one word answers. You know what I mean? And the conversation needs to be back and forth. She needs to ask me questions, and not just me asking her. And you know what I mean? Yeah, she got to show some interest.
Okay. Are you looking to see if she knows how to chew her food properly and all of that?
Not really. No, that's not really that
Oh,
important. No, no.
okay.
Yeah, I want her to
So
enjoy it.
your Wanda said we should be grateful if somebody wants you take you out, not put stipulations on a brother. Just ask can we go here or there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, Yeah, and sometimes, and that's why I joined, because sometimes it's difficult, like to plan that first date, you know. And so, for example, like one time, I asked a girl if she wanted to get a coffee, and she was insulted that I didn't ask her to dinner. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like she unmatched me. Like we had matched on one of these Tinder or whatever, the dating apps. And she's like, I'm more of a girl that you take to dinner. And it was like, goodbye. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My friend
I
said I
mean,
got,
so really, how much is are you do you think should be invested in the first date? Really, a first date is really basically if you talk to that person um online because they don't talk on phones anymore. Y'all been sending pictures. How much should be invested into a first date?
hmm, that's a good question.
I guess that is a question you should be asking. How much should you invest into a first date? Because
Well,
really, you're meeting a person. You're trying to see if y'all gonna vibe. Like I mean, the interest then went from text messaging. So now you're actually getting ready to meet the person. How much should you put into investing on a first date? I guess would be the question. Because all of them restaurants and a lot of them things, um, well, I'm not going to church. I ain't really trying to meet their family yet, cause yeah, I'm really just trying to know the person first. But you got you trying to take me home to the family. I don't even know if I like you. Uh, okay. So how much did you invest, Sterling?
well, that's a good question. I had never really thought about it like that, but like I met this dude just the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, I got on the dating scene recently too." And he said, "For my first dates, I do something free." So he was like, I play some sort of like frisbee golf or something, and he was like, "Yeah." So I asked him to come play frisbee golf, and he was like, I put some like beers or something in my backpack, and that's it. And I was like, I never really thought about it like that, but. Um, it just I don't know. To answer your question, it just kind of depends. You know what I mean? Just
Oh
kind of.
Lord.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. Did I say
No,
something?
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm just looking at some of the comments. I'm listening.
Uh, yeah. So I mean, I'm willing to go to dinner. Whatever. But like this guy wasn't. He was like, no, something during the day and something free. And I was like, "Man, that seems kind of cheap, but at the same time, like if you're going on a bunch of first dates, I kind of get it.
Now, Queen Key said, okay, just be.
Yes, ma'am.
So should the question be how much are you putting into a first date? Cause I mean it's just a first date.
Yeah, I think, but see, I see it on both sides. I know that there are men that feel that way, but I think that men who approach dating with that in mind aren't gonna be the kind of people that I'm gonna do well with long term. So like that whole mindset, like I need to get to know you first before I know if I want to spend any real money on you. That's valid. It just doesn't work out for me. Like I'm not gonna go through a screening process like that, like some sort of screening process before we get to the real date. If you want to take me
Baby, if
out,
you spend a whole lot of money on me on the first date, I'ma expect that every time we go somewhere.
and I'm not unless after 5 days
Oh
in I
no,
find
no,
out
no,
we
no.
still.
What you took to get me, it's gonna take to keep me. If we start off going to 5-star restaurants, we're gonna continue. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a Chicago restaurant magazine, and I'm going to find all of the 5-star restaurants.
I'm gonna find them regardless, but I feel like I just feel like that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I like Chipotle. And I'm not gonna say because I like to go five dining restaurants, I'm too good to eat at Chipotle. I'm just probably too good to eat at Chipotle on the first date. But once we together, we can hit other places like that. It so you're not finna give me the pre date before the real date after you find out you like me. I'm not finna. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm never hurting for a good meal, right? And I don't care who the man is. I've dated men that have taken me to some really nice places. So the chances of you taking me anywhere that's going to have me blown away, there really isn't a lot of chance for that, right? But you can take me somewhere where I really enjoyed and I liked it, and I just was having a good time, and that's one thing. But I'm not hard up for a meal. I'm not just going out with men for food. If I gotta get out of bed, first of all, my friends can tell anybody, I don't even like to get out of bed. So I'm not gonna get out of bed and get dressed. I gotta do my hair, my makeup, and either you gotta drive, maybe you sent me an Uber, depending on how much drinking I'm doing, whatever. I'm not gonna go through all of that to go to no damn Chipotle. And I'm not gonna do that either for a man who thinks that he finna give me the date before the real date. Like, I'm not gonna do that. If you date before the real date, God, you need to go out with somebody else. Simple as that.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
So,
No, True Strong Warrior said, if you can't afford to buy food, then you don't need to be dating.
well, and I'm gonna tell you. So I have this younger friend of mine.
Oh, wait a
Um,
minute. Sterling's still there. We can't forget our man now.
oh, I'm sorry, Sterling. You can cut in anytime. I just get going and be going. Are
Oh
you there?
no, yeah,
Oh,
I'm here. I don't believe in interrupting, so I'm here to listen and learn.
oh yeah, but
So,
you gotta say something. But like, okay, I have a younger little kind of, I don't want to say play brother because I never have play siblings. I have real ones, but I do have a younger friend, and he'll come for me for a lot of like advice. I don't know why, but he sees me kind of like as the big sister he's never had. And when he was, you know, just basically transitioning from being like a new college grad to kind of making some really good money and like going through things, I've told him sometimes I feel bad for men, because there are a lot of people who go to college and they don't have a whole lot of extra money to spend. Like, they went to college, they work, they might be still paying off their student loans. They have a certain amount of disposable income. But men are expected to pay for all the first dates, and that can add up. And I do feel sympathy for men, but I also know that the kind of men that I like, I don't go out with them. I don't go out with the men who have to be worried about their budget when it comes to dating, because that's just not gonna work for me. And I know that sounds so shallow, but
well, well, it's also like when and I'm sorry. Remind me y'all's names. I'm so
I'm
sorry.
V. I'm
V,
V.
V
I'm
and
April.
April. All right,
Mhm.
Australian. Yeah, well, like it also, like when you ask like what should you invest into the first date, it's more than money. I mean, we kind of covered that, but it's also time. Like
Yeah.
how much time are you willing to set aside for that first date? You know what I mean? Because that that's where I feel like something like coffee or something's better. Not because it's cheaper per se, but just because you're not invested, in an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Like,
And
if
I think,
mhm.
take me on a date when you have some time. Same way I
Sure.
think that if your money is really funny, you either find somebody who doesn't mind your money being funny, or you wait till you have more money. That
Yeah,
applies to everything in life.
yeah. What I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is like, with the thing about coffee, it's not necessarily that I don't have time. It's just that maybe I just don't want to block off a whole bunch of time right at first for someone I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe I want a shorter date for that first date. Is all I'm saying.
Can everyone please hit the like, share, and subscribe button? I'm going to tell you like this. To me, a first date, as just be said, is I am going, I'm going to be looking my best. So I done took time to look at my best. And first impressions are lasting impressions too. And so I'm gonna be seeing how they act. Keep on going with the list, Jessica, because when they get to some places, I want to comment. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let me grab the link to that for the 18th letter. My guy
Okay.
is
Oh,
here.
hi, 18th letter. So, okay, so
Uh-oh.
I just want to tell everybody, I thought about, how I said there are just some more creative places that you could go. So when I was fixing my matcha, I said, I thought of something. So when I was in Houston, um, one of my favorite places to go, I like sushi. Sushi can be pretty expensive, right? But one of my favorite places to go for sushi, and my friends, all we would all go as well. Like on the weekends, they have all day happy hour. So they have I don't remember if it was half off, but hugely reduced prices on cocktails and on sushi. So we would go there on the weekend. I liked it. It had good energy, a good vibe. You don't necessarily break the bank per se. And like that's what I mean by it's just some more creative adult places that we could go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I dropped the link.
But I
Um,
also want to say I went out with once so I they had this guy that was he was like, I don't know, manager of his department or whatever at one of the companies I used to work for. So when I stopped working there, he asked me, could he take me out? And I said, yes. He said, what's your favorite restaurant? So I told him that at that time, my favorite restaurant was True Lux. And so we went to dinner at True Lux. True Lux is very expensive. Later on, wait, like, a while, months later, when I guess he wasn't making the progress with me that he thought he should have been making, he said something to me like, and then, whenever we go out, we always go to like the most expensive places in town. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, you ask me, you ask me where I want to go, and I tell you. Don't turn around and throw it back in my face later. Like, what do you asked me? I didn't ask you. Or I didn't tell you. You asked me. If you ask me where my favorite places are, I'm gonna have a list for you. You
Right.
know. Um, and then another thing is, I specifically remember during that very first date, he said something to me like he was trying to like I guess lay the foundation of what life I could have or something, like telling me like how much, basically telling me how much money he brings in a year, which is none of my business, especially on a first date. I know where you work, I know what your title was, I have an idea, you know what I'm saying, but I don't need to know. You ain't got to lay it all out on the table like that. But it is weird that, remember earlier I said I don't like men who think that you're using them, because that just don't work out for me. I did not forget that he had had this conversation with me. So for him to later on talk about the prices of the restaurants I like to go to, I'm sorry, I thought you was trying to be impressive. Like, you asked me where I wanted to go, you told me how much money you were making, and then when you take me to these places and you figure out I guess it's not paying out the way you expected it to, now it's, you just pick the most expensive places. Well, then don't ask.
Yeah. No, you got a good point there.
And this was way down the line, so by then you already know what kind of places I like.
so basically, when I go on this first date, which it is to really to see the person, see how we gonna vibe. Cause first impressions are lasting impressions. People just don't know.
I
And
agree.
so keep on with this list of these places that they're saying.
Okay,
Hey,
we
Brian,
are we
babe,
at
we need to.
the movies. We at the movies. I think the movies is a terrible date because you can't talk, and so you can't get to know each other. That's just why it's terrible.
And the
Well, for a
movies is
first date, obviously, for a first date.
right. And see, me, I like to see the movie from the beginning. I don't want to be 5 minutes late. Like, if we're late going into a movie, I don't even want to go. Like, I have to
Oh
see the
Lord,
movie.
you talking
Oh,
about I'm
yeah,
hard to
because,
please, Miss April? You hard to please.
no,
You
because
can't be that.
sometimes the whole plot of the entire movie could be in that first 5 minutes. And I've missed it. No. Mm-mm.
I'm the same way. But let me ask you this: what if the movie was, and we someone joined us? Hello, I can't see who that is.
Yeah,
Who's
this
that?
is I bring it every day.
Well,
Hi, I bring it every day.
what if the movie was only
Hello.
part of the day,
Okay.
dinner and then a movie? Is that okay or no?
I think that
What,
might
what
be okay, but I think that might be okay, but at that you mentioned time earlier, and by the time you see a movie and do like a pre-activity or a post-activity, now you really getting, you know what I'm saying? It's getting into being a long night or evening, or I don't know what time it is, but you know what I mean. So
Oh yeah, can I
well,
say
I think,
something?
yeah.
Oh, oh no, go ahead. Go ahead, Miss April.
For me, it would be one or the other. But now, 30 years ago, I probably could have did movies, another place, and went to the club. I could have did them all, but now I'm older.
and I
Yeah,
think that's another thing, Miss April. My taste has definitely changed as I was talking earlier about even though I'm just a tender 25. I mean, but as time was went on, I'm more certain of what I like. I'm more certain, and I just think there's no need for me to pretend like I'm a be feeling you like it's hard. I don't know, like I just be interested a lot of times. So you do better to just really get on the good foot shit.
so what's the other places now? Don't stray away from the list. What they telling us now?
Number 7 is
Oh, wait
yo.
a minute! I bring it every day. Has something to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, no. I just want to say, just generally speaking, the first date is the one where you just have to get I think a couple people said, that first impression. So you want it
Right.
to be somewhat casual, but not too casual. And I think those daytime coffee dates are good, even though I've never been on one because I'm old. But anyway, I think that's a really good idea because it's a place, it's kind of a place where there's a lot of people around, but not you can sort of find out if you have any kind of compatibility. And then later on, you can sort of jump up to a fancier date. Because I'm thinking about UV. You said the guy kind of came out, did all these fancy restaurants, and then had remorse about it. And see, I feel like you should be able to do all the things, cheap things, expensive things, but that comes over time. Like just the first date should be sort of a medium experience, not overly expensive, but not cheap, and not a fast food restaurant. But you just need to be able to talk to get to know each other, and that's really it. And
Well,
no and no more expectations other than that.
with
You know.
that guy, what I was gonna say is I think he sized me up with like what he thinks I like. So I guess he
Right.
thought like if I take her, then it's gonna go the way that I think. But
Yeah.
already said today that like you're not gonna take me anywhere that's gonna blow me out the water. Like that time has passed, and
Right.
I was
Right.
with my first ex out of high school. Anytime anybody hear me refer to him, I say he was trash and the worst thing that ever happened to me. And I was with him for 5 years, and he
Wow.
was like a hood star. It was terrible. And after
Yeah.
him, I dated a guy who took me to all of the best restaurants on a regular basis, like
Mm-hmm.
the Grand Luxes and the Outback Steakhouse. We only went to for lunch. Every time we lived in a different city, but every weekend he was taking me somewhere nice, and I could pick anywhere I want. It was no problem. But he
Mm.
had it like that. I'm not gonna lie, he had it like
Right.
that.
Right.
But I'm
Right.
only bringing that up to say the time of impressing me is far gone. Like we've been there,
Right.
done that. A lot of years has passed, so no
Yes.
man can say, "Well, she likes these sorts of things, so let me give her this, and then
Okay.
she's gonna give me my." No, that's not gonna happen either. Just
True.
don't ask me where I want to go if you're not prepared to take me. Just don't do it to yourself.
No, and
I
that
think
makes
that's
sense. And see, and that's the problem. See, I think maybe that guy was trying to be over the top, and then he's realizing all this money he's spending, and it's not personal, to you, but like any woman, right? And the thing is, like he does, he barely. I won't say I don't know, like how well you knew him, but it just takes time to get to know somebody, and
right.
and
And
you
and
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 usually
so
people put on, yeah, like they put on the fake. They're not fake, but they put on their best behavior usually at the beginning, and then all the real stuff comes out a little bit later. So you have to allow a little bit of time for that kind of thing. You
I
know,
think that no man should spend money with any sort of expectations when it comes to women, because whether she's used to
absolutely.
something or not,
Yeah.
like, you see what I'm saying? Even though might be used to something, it's not just money. You just can't spend money and just get your way. Like, it doesn't work for that. Like, that's why I say that I'm real big on like vibe and energy and ambiance.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I need that. Like, I need that. Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
We've
I
got
don't.
the 18th letter that has joined us as well.
Hi,
Oh,
18th letter.
hello.
Hello, hello. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for letting me up, Miss April. Shout out to V, and shout out to um. I'm sorry. Who was that at the bottom that was just speaking?
Oh, my name is Kelly, but I
Okay,
might bring
shout out to
whatever.
you,
Yeah.
Miss Kelly. Shout
Hey,
out
good
to
to
you.
see you.
And then
Yep.
Sterling is the other gentleman.
Certainly. Yep.
Oh, shout out to you, sir, at the top right.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Wait, who is she? She we we
I
here.
bring it every day. The one that's talking.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I just saw the message. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we going back down the list, or are we stopping for
Well,
more?
we gonna let I bring it every day say something, and then we gonna bring Sheed on in here.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So that
go
was
ahead,
really all I
the
was
18th
saying.
letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, get to know each other, whatever that is. But it can't be at a movie because you can't talk. You know what I mean? Like, you can't talk there. You can't talk in church. You know what I mean? Like, you really need to be able to have conversations. And every time you have these dates, in my opinion, it's sort of like an interview,
It
You just,
really is, right? And you only got one shot with that in most cases.
you're
What?
right.
So let me answer this. Yeek Waba. His bank account isn't the kind you like, sister. Why not work with him to build wealth if y'all love one another and be wealthy
Mm,
together? I think that's always a beautiful thing. But we're talking about first dates. Nobody's
just
building
first
wealth
date.
We're
together
just saying the
on
first
first
date.
date.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
another thing, even though I might, to some people I might sound really superficial or shallow, I'm not. And I actually care about other people's feelings. And I feel like if you like things that require a larger bank account, don't put a man through it knowing he can't give you those things. It's just not fair to him. I
Right.
don't feel like it's fair. So
Yep.
it's a difference between your man that you've been with, maybe y'all, some go through some bad times or whatever. That's a whole nother story. But you walk
Mm-hmm.
into a
Yeah.
situation, y'all not building wealth together. And if he can't give you the things you like, then at that point, I don't even,
Okay.
you're being unfair to yourself and to him. I
That's
don't know.
right.
Right.
I agree with that. Yep.
Okay. The 18th letter, you go ahead, and then after the 18th letter, um, after the 18th letter says what he needs to say, then we gonna have she talk. So go ahead, the 18th letter.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss April. Um, I think this list goes into like a bigger issue on like with social media. People have allowed social media to really mess their heads up when it comes to different things on this list and everything. I think a lot of people are looking at people that's on social media on where they're going, if they're going here, they going there, if they at Mr. Childs or different things like that. And I think a lot of women really want that because a lot of that stuff has been marketed towards a lot of the women online. And a lot of women are looking for that baller type of person, but they only few and far in between. So if that's who you want, when it comes to that, you're gonna have to be willing to compete with him because it's a long list of women that's knocking at his door too, and you got to get in line with that. Um, I think this list, in my personal opinion, is utterly ridiculous when it comes to like Olive Garden. I still love the Olive Garden. I still go there for nostalgia value. That was one of the first places I went as a kid with my grandmother. I love the Olive Garden. What else? Chili's, of
I
course.
went to Olive Garden on my prom night.
Yeah, like I took my first date at Olive Garden. We was in high school, but we went to Olive Garden in the movies. So, but yeah, like I just think, and a lot of and the ones that's writing these type of lists and everything like that, a lot of men are not even dealing with that person. They're not trying to woo that type of person. Anything. A lot of men are just like cutting their losses and getting the hell on and going to another woman that may be a little bit more that can be a little bit more cooperative when it comes to
going on first dates and everything. So that's all I got to say.
Okay, go ahead, see.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. All right, so the list. Now, the thing is, it's one thing to kind of, like the gentleman said before me, um, the list is kind of absurd. You're going on a date to get to know somebody. You're not actually going on a date. I mean, to eat is for one thing, but another thing, you're going on a date to get to know somebody. And the thing of it is, too, if you're looking at the date to be this, grandioso thing, you need to make that up front. That's like me as a man. If we go on a date, I'm picking the restaurant because I'm spending the money. So if you disagree with the restaurant that I, you know, don't want to go with, like the similar with the cheesecake thing, restaurant incident, whatever. When it came down to it, I understand your concern that you didn't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory, but by you just, not even stepping out of the car, I would have easily took you back home. We would have had no conversation because, you know, if you're looking at a place to
Wait,
determine,
who said that they went somewhere and they didn't get out the car? Who said that?
Oh, girl, they got another woman that wouldn't get out the car when they went to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
this
My
is
bad.
what women are doing now.
Okay.
Instead
yeah,
of trying to know the person, they want to
yeah,
put demands. Like, I'm not getting out the car because this is where we go. Then you know what? You would stay hungry. I'm a woman, and I say that I would have took her back home.
Well, yeah, that's just generally rude, though, right? That's just
That's
bad manners.
ignorance.
yeah.
Yeah,
And a lot of times too with that list, it's kind of determined, it's kind of age appropriate to certain people because if you're in your 40s, I agree with April and them when y'all was talking about it earlier, that if you get all dressed up and dolled up, you want to go to a nice restaurant, you know, and going to Chili's on the first date or going to Chipotle's, that's not a big thing when you're older in life. But when you're younger, that's something that suits these younger generational kids because they don't have a lot of money. And let's say a 21-year-old, why is she going to a Ruth Chris? That guy probably
right.
don't even have the money. So this list is kind of age appropriate, and a lot of people are not putting that out there. And just like the gentleman said
Yeah.
earlier, with it being the list being so foolish, it's all the decadent veil of trying to be this society, just like putting on and showing this glamorous life. Because you have people that get married like that just for the fame and the fortune. They don't get married because they love each other, because they can provide for each other a certain lifestyle. And people are not. I'm gonna say this in close. People are not even getting to know each other. The whole thing of you
No,
going on a date is to get to know that person, not to see what's the best and nice, exquisite restaurant I can go to. If it's
Can
a
I say
coffee
something
date,
really
it's a
quickly?
coffee date. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say what you were just saying, brother. It's not even about to get to know somebody no more. And the stuff that's been marketed towards these young women and women in general, they're looking for a sponsor. They're not looking for somebody to know and anything. They're looking for somebody that's going to sponsor them because,
Church.
like with the young girls, the city girls and got in their head. All of these different female rappers that then talked about gold digging and taking all of this stuff and got in these girls' head, and the stuff that's been marketed to them. They're looking for a man for his pockets. They don't view a man as a human being, a man that they should know, a man that they should get to know. They're looking for how much do you have? I don't care how you get it, as long as you got it, and you need to take care of me because I want to be a kept woman of leisure. Even though I ain't worth the penny in the hole in it, I still want to be a kept woman of leisure, and that's the thing that people are not talking about. And the crazy thing about it is, where's all of these men that's doing this? I'm trying to figure it out. Where they at?
What, that's
'Cause-
taking people to the places on this list?
no, I'm talking about the men that's out here that's going to all of these different 5-star steakhouses and Roof Chris and all of this other stuff. If they was that attainable, then the women that created this list would have had one by now.
Well, I mean, I'm probably not the person to ask because I feel like there are probably more men than you know, that do and can. But I think that the people who are used to those men didn't make this list. So
Yeah, well,
I,
I mean, you
I,
usually you can tell who they are.
Exactly. Because look, they even got Waffle House. I'm older. I like the Waffle House. But except for don't take me there on the weekend, because that's where all of the fights gonna be. I can't run fast no more and shoot and all of that stuff. So, but I like the Waffle House.
I like Waffle House too, but you can't take me there on the first date.
No, I hear
yeah,
you. I hear
Oh,
you on that one, V.
No, not no
even with the
first
men,
date.
I was just
even with
gonna
the
say really
men.
quickly. I was just gonna say really quickly, as far as the men, like, first off, the country is in a recession. It's inflation, it's stagflation, and
oh, he
the
real
few,
serious. Okay, I don't think we. So I think me and Miss April agree that this list is quite humorous. So it's not like dead to the wall serious. Like I don't
okay,
think.
no, no,
No,
no. Okay, I see what you're
yeah,
saying. No, I was just gonna say,
yeah.
as far as the baller dudes, they only it's only 3% of people that are wealthy in this country. So for the women that want those super, or maybe they just looking for somebody that's gonna sacrifice their rent money to take them there. I don't know, but
No, I definitely don't think you should be sacrificing your rent money to take a woman to a nice restaurant.
I wouldn't even want a man to sacrifice their rent money to take
yeah,
me
yeah,
to a nice
it's some
restaurant.
fools, there's some plum dumb fools out there that'll do that. It definitely is, but yeah,
Now, you may not believe this, 18th, but there are women who only date wealthy men. I'm not even talking about myself, and I'm not talking about women who look up to city girls either. There are people who are only used to a certain lifestyle, and they date within that lifestyle.
but I'm pretty sure that they are on a level. The women that are saying that they want to date those men can't compete with that type of woman on her level to be able to even attract those type of men. You get what I'm saying?
Wait, say that again. You said
I'm
that.
pretty sure that the women that say that they want to date the type of men that wealthy, that are wealthy, that woman dates, that you said that women only date wealthy men, they're not even in comparisons to that woman to even be on that level to even track those type of men. You'll know those type of women when you see them. The one
Right, the ones that know the difference between the salad fork and the dinner fork.
exactly. You'll know.
The ones that know etiquette.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mhm. So we only got to number 7.
Yeah.
So your house. I mean,
I
I
was even
think.
gonna say that. Go.
Oh,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. No,
Oh,
go
you,
ahead.
oh, so number 7 is to your house. I mean, I think. Listen, now, listen. Don't nobody want to come to your house, stranger danger. Don't nobody know
Yes.
you like that.
No. Too many crazies now. Go to
Yes.
their house on a first date. That's like
Mm-mm.
dating. Date rape. I mean, and they could
Yeah, date
actually
rape. You
be a
right.
nice guy.
Right.
They could be a nice guy, but it's just some things. Because I done went over this list with some people. Like, no, you don't go to no man house on the first date. Like, especially don't let them call you up at 2 o'clock in the morning talking about you hungry. Come over to my house. I got something to eat. Okay, we know what
I wish
happens at
somebody will
2
call
a.m.
me at 2 o'clock, ask me to get to put on some flip flops and leave my humble abode at 2 in the morning. People who know me know I barely like to drive during the daytime. Hell, I look like going in your house at 2 a.m. fresh from my
Wow.
bed.
My grandmother always told me. She said, "If you out there late, only things out there is trouble and open legs. You pick and
If I
Oh
choose."
want,
wow.
I'm grown. If I want to be out at 2, I'm gonna be out at 2. What I'm saying is, don't call me at 2. I'm at home in mi casa, and you think I'm gonna put on some shoes to come to your casa for what reason? I also don't travel for booty calls, so that's another thing. I ain't traveling. Well, what I look like for what? That thing better deliver. If not, it ain't for me.
No.
You looking for the Uber Eats.
um,
I know.
Uber
What's
stroke.
the
That's what I'm
next?
looking for. Uber stroke. Yeah, you gotta deliver. I can't. I don't do all. I let me. Nope. Nope.
Okay. The question is, Sterling, when we were talking earlier, is how much should you invest into a first date?
Right,
Good
right,
question.
right.
I
And
mean, how much should you invest? And I'm going to pass the mic to everybody. How much should you invest into a first date? Now, everybody can go. I asked the question. Um, who wants to go first?
I'll go. I'll go
Okay.
first. Um, I think like for a really nice date, because I like to go to nice places too. Like if I like a real nice ramen spot or something nice. I mean, like close like $200 don't sound bad to me because I got it to or so now when you're talking about like $300 or $400 dates, then that's something that when I get to know somebody. But
Well, I mean, I don't
something
know where you live, but $200 you can eat at a very fine establishment for two hundred
yeah,
dollars.
that's
You
what
get
that's
some
what I'm
order a
saying.
bottle of wine and you good.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So like I don't because I like to go to nice places myself. So it's gonna be for me too. But I don't think nothing is wrong with that. But I think if everybody is on that same level, if like when you're talking about young girls and young men in their 20s and stuff like that, or in their late teens, I don't think nothing is wrong with anything on this list. But for me as a grown man, $200 would be um a good way to start on a first date.
Next. Next person.
So I go. I say
Miss April, I think we have
$100.
somebody in the back.
Okay. Okay,
I
go
say
ahead, Q.
$100. I say $100, and the only reason I say $100 is because I don't know you. I don't know your intent. So my thing is to actually get to know you, and that $100 date is going to, prove, you know, I ain't going nowhere big and fancy. I mean, considering the way you dress, I kind of might want to up my game, but that goes into play as well because me as an older man, if I see you dressed a certain way, then I might want to go to somewhere that's a little more exquisite. But I'm gonna still keep my budget, even if I eat something light and more or less let the woman choose to get some more, exclusive. But even what she orders, it comes with a, certain too. Because my thing is, generally, a lot of people will go, like, especially with women, you will go on a date with a guy and order something you never ordered just because it's expensive. And most of
I,
9 times out of
I
10,
don't see. I know a lot of men say that. I think that is bullshit. I don't think people are eating things they just may not even like just because it's free. I just don't.
Well, girl, yes, say is.
well,
I don't feel like I know those
considering,
women.
yeah, I mean, considering with you and your maturity level, that might be a thing for you. But for most people, I've known men that took women on dates, and the first thing they said, "I never tried lobster. I want to see how it tastes." So those are the people that go on dates and try new things. Like, what's calamari? Go ahead and order it. Yeah, you want calamari? Go and order it. And then when they order it, what is this? Yeah, you just trying stuff simply because you're not paying for it, and that's the thing what a lot of guys look at. And even with the dates, if you're not interested in a guy over time, and you're trying to go on a second date for more food, that brings the question because most guys, we're trying to get to know you. We're not looking at you're not really interested in us. A lot of guys don't know the signs because honestly speaking, how many men have fathers or uncles that tell them if a woman looks this way, if she moves this way, she's interested, if this and that, she's not. And a woman would do that real well. There's videos, countless of videos of showing that women go on food dates. Like they have 3 different dates: a breakfast date, a dinner date, and the next day a brunch date with somebody else. Men don't
Oh,
have that luxury of going on several dates
okay,
like that.
come on, variety.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Yeah,
And
thanks for the tip.
Look,
yeah,
look.
and
I'm
it's at the
not mad at
pocket of
that
the man.
person. I am not
Wow.
mad at that person. They not putting all their eggs in one basket. They trying to figure it out. You trying to figure out. Everybody in the stare down.
That's
Everybody looking at the other person.
now
Mm.
when a man does that on the reverse side, he's a dog, he's a whatever.
Y'all ain't
But when
shit.
a woman does that, she's weighing her options. See how we look?
I just so when you said calamari, for some reason it made me think of Bar Annie. So Bar Annie is another place they have in a lot of cities. I think that if somebody said, "Hey, if I'd like to see you before the weekend, um, would you like to maybe get some drinks after work or something like that?" And we meet at a place like Bar Annie. Now, Bar Annie isn't super elegant. I just need to know, in advance so I'll know what to wear or whatever. But like, I think Bar Annie is a place you can go and get some decent cocktails. And I don't think I don't think it's like going to Chili's or nothing like that. There are places that I said you just have to have. You just have to have vision. You have to have vision. There are some affordable places that are nice that I won't say no to. But I'm definitely saying no to Chili's and Applebee's.
But
And I'm
see, that's the
saying no to
thing.
coffee too. And it's only because I don't want to spend more time getting dressed than I'm going to be on the date. You only going to drink so much coffee?
But even with a man being nervous, let's say a guy doesn't know how to properly vet or even take a woman on a date. That's why that guy asked you, where did you want to go versus him saying, I'm taking you. Because me as a man, I'm taking you because I'm spending the money. I
Yeah.
know my pocket. I'm going to take you somewhere where I feel comfortable. Even if you tell me a restaurant that's expensive, I know your, habit. I might kind of steer away like, let's do a coffee date. Because if you're going on an expensive date on the first date, that shows me your mindset on me and kind of divvying pockets or trying to figure things out to a degree. I don't If we're going on an expensive first date, that shows me you like to spend money. And if I'm a budgeter and I deal with, I'm not going on that date. Or I'm gonna take you to the most cheapest place just to get your reaction. And from that point on, that's how I know to step away or continue to date and see how it goes.
Well,
Because
Just like
usually
women have
a
those
date,
tests.
right?
Go
A
ahead.
date is supposed to turn into a relationship, right?
if y'all like
Exactly.
each other, I guess.
That's
Okay.
the whole point. You're getting to know
Okay.
each other. And if I'm on a date with you and you're throwing red flags like your nose up, you don't like this establishment. Well, that's what we have the conversation. What do you like? So the second date might be better, but the point of it is if we can't get past the scenery where we in now, we can't live a lifetime with each other. We can only get the check and vacate the premises.
But that's why I think. But I understand that, and that's why I see it on the other side. That if you on a first date want to take me to Applebee's, then you're right. We can't live a lifetime together. Like we don't have. We're not gonna vibe long term, and everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I said, if that guy doesn't know you and your ways or the way you enjoy life, he's gonna take you somewhere where he enjoys. Most people like those was it baby back ribs? That might be a thing for him. But you kind of introduce him to a palate to where he says, "Man, these baby backs okay, but if I go to this steakhouse, I'm looking at something totally different." You know, and that's the thing, getting to know the person, and then y'all can establish a relationship versus I'm judging you by where you take me.
But I think that the judging of judging based on where someone takes you has a lot is more about compatibility. Excuse me, compatibility. So I think that what you think is appropriate for a first date speaks to your compatibility with the person you're taking. And yeah, I feel like it needs to be similarly aligned.
So if I take you to get a 4 for 4,
Where who has the 4 for 4?
Right. It used to be last year. Ain't
I
no
don't
more
know.
value meals.
Is that Applebee's 4 for 4?
No, that's at McDonald's or Burger King. Hey,
so
I
see,
like
Oh no,
McDonald's fish
y'all
sandwich
playing games.
and they kind of Sundays. I
Y'all,
like to eat, period.
yeah, I
I
do
went
too,
to
Miss
real.
April. But y'all playing games talking about a 4 for 4 at McDonald's. Now y'all just
That's
playing.
funny. Yeah. Plus,
but
that
I mean,
food's not good
I'm
for
making
you.
a joke. I'm making a joke about that, but at the
Yeah.
same time, though,
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, just actually getting to know the person that coffee date is nothing but straight talking. You're not eating. All you're doing is sipping and talking. That's the whole point of the
Hmm.
date is to actually get to know the person. And
Yep.
then I can get to know that you like steak, you like sushi. I can look for a nice sushi restaurant and versus taking you to Applebee's because I know, the extent of you being an extravagant person. You're budgeting, you don't like to spend money, or you like to spend a lot of money.
Yep.
That might means I don't want a second date because I can't live up to your expectations.
Right. And well, I'm not saying didn't mean to hone in on that. I'm just saying uh, expectations matter, and I just think people have to be fair to each other.
I agree. And what I would say is that honestly, I do like a woman who knows what she likes because I've asked women out before, and where do you want to go? And it's like, oh, whatever. They don't seem to have like an opinion. So like, I appreciate it when she says, a definitive restaurant or a definitive day, you know what I mean, or something like that. I appreciate that. Um, Now, what I see oftentimes, because I do like some internet dating, like on these apps or whatever, and what I'll see is like a long list of things that they don't want. Don't do this and don't do that and don't even try to this. But like I'll be honest, like a list of what you do want, that would be helpful. Like what I'm supposed
Yes.
to say, that would be good. Not just a list of things I'm not, that are gonna get me in trouble. Then I get nervous. But as far as
Hmm.
oh sorry, and this is a side note. We were talking about like people who like how much money the man makes, and I think we heard a story about a guy who talked about it very openly on the first date. And I go on this show called Melly Monaco here on YouTube. Do y'all know her? She has a
No.
No.
she has a show
Yeah,
called
I know her.
I know
yeah
her. Yeah, I know her.
the
Y'all
Pineapple.
be knowing everybody. AT know
Yeah,
everybody on the internet, every sector on the internet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, Melly Monaco's got a show called The Pineapple Show, and she's got like over 600,000 subscribers. And every like Monday and Wednesday, she'll bring on a woman, usually it's like some Instagram model or something like that. And
Hmm.
like the fellas can hit the link and try to shoot their shot, try to get
Oh
at her.
my,
It's it's kind of like
What?
yeah, it's kind of
that's
like
crazy.
it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of like speed dating, right? Anyway,
Mm.
the point I was trying to make is like, oftentimes when like the very first thing they talk about is what kind of man do you want, and they'll go over like the age, whether or not he can have kids, and always they discuss how much money he has to make.
Of
And
course.
yeah, so like this day and age, I feel like it's all too common to ask or to have that expectation level. One guy made $5,000 a month, 60,000, and the girl was like, "Girl," she was like, "Girl, bye. That's my rent."
Yep.
And, which is
Hey,
it's a weird.
expectations. Listen.
Anyway, go ahead, go ahead.
And look, expectations. Whether somebody
Yeah.
agrees with them or not, about if those are her expectations, at least she's upfront.
Yeah, I guess. But
Hey,
how much is
But do they realize sometimes?
everybody.
yeah.
Do they realize, like, okay, you might have a millionaire for one day, and then next month he could lose everything?
That is so true. Yeah.
Not just that, Miss April, but he's a millionaire. You ain't the only woman knocking at his door.
That is
He got,
true.
Right.
he
That
got
means
plenty
he's
of
Mhm.
got probably two or three other women.
Exactly.
Kevin always
My
talk about
mother, I mean, I don't want a man everybody else wants.
Exactly. Sloppy seconds. No, thank you. Or
Yeah.
thirds.
Yeah, but who
Mm-mm.
wants somebody that nobody wants?
Honey,
Nobody.
I do. I can fix him up for my liking.
Well,
Oh
I'm
my.
not into build a man. I'm not into build a man.
Yeah, I can fix him up for my liking. When I fix him up, everybody don't want him.
I'm not
But they
into
ain't
build a
gonna get
man
him.
because I'm not into trying to change people. I think everybody deserves to be with someone who loves them for them.
Hmm, that's a
no.
good
It's
All
point.
not.
right.
I don't think it's that. I think that it's just the fact like you have to be willing to work with a man. People that is lost these days because sometimes when you
Hey,
find I done seen men that are successful that ain't going nowhere from. They was like, my wife was with me from the jump. Now everybody, when I didn't have nothing, nobody paid no attention. Now that I'm already established now, and then for some reason too, you got women out there that see men that are married or see men with a long-term woman that he's been with forever, and for some reason you got grimy women out here that just want to take him or see if they can.
Sure do. Yeah.
That's true.
Like, and it's like for some reason it's women out here that want the same man that a lot of women want, and you got to be willing to compete for that man. If you want, he ain't stupid. He knows um it's a lot of women that want him, so he got his pick of the litter if if he's in that type of situation.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. I mean,
men
yeah.
with money. I mean, money is a resource, and the more
Yeah.
resources you have, the more options you have. If you
That
choose,
is true.
if you choose. So,
I like the zeros become hero type stories.
I'm
Yeah.
going with the hero.
I mean, sometimes you don't have time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I said I'm going with the hero.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well, right now I don't have time for that. They got to be a hero now.
I
You know.
to the age of
Right.
25.
Yeah.
I just, let's just keep it simple. Let's just.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not into development. Okay, this is.
Yes.
I'm not doing all that. It sounds exhausting. Let's say my energy for the gym.
No, I understand that. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I still say you just have to get to know these people. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah,
have to be like-minded,
and like
in a lot of things,
and what I was just saying, like nobody's talking about like building somebody up from being a bum, anything like that. We
Right.
talking about men that if they already look, I'm working on this, and in the next 3 years I'll be here or there, or different things like that. Because a man that knows, like for instance, with certain women, it's like, hey, well, I see you when you get there. Well, when I get there, baby, I may not even want you no more. I
Exactly.
might
Yeah.
I might be because you was waiting for me to get here. It's a lot of other people waiting for me to get, and that really tricks somebody with that mentality to say, okay, well, I'm gonna just dog her since she only wanted me for my money anyway. I'm gonna just dog her and go on to the next. So
I
that
went.
happens a lot.
I went out with this guy that I met him on Tinder, and I went. I'm trying to think about how
Oh,
long
Tinder. What is Tinder? A social
Tinder.
site?
Tinder,
It's a dating website.
the dating
It's
website.
nasty. Isn't that the nasty one?
Well, it doesn't have to be nasty, but where I
Yeah.
live
Okay.
now is just listen. I have been on so many trash dates, but when I was in Houston, I went on pretty decent dates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, just in general, though, not just from like Tinder, but just in general. But
Mm.
um, and so anyway, this guy worked at an oil and gas company, I think. And I think he had like a really high level position, right? We met at happy hour at True Lux, which I said is my favorite place, and it was good. And he was, impressed that I looked like my pictures. We had a good time, we talked, we scheduled another date. And I think it was like on the second date, he started telling me that I don't remember if he said he was in the process of a divorce or if he had just gotten divorced, but he was still financially obligated to the house that him and his wife lived in.
Mhm.
And they had one child together. So his son was a teenager, and I forgot how he explained it to me. But basically he was like kind of just letting me know up front, like,
Mm.
for a certain amount of years, my finances are a little bit more restricted. I think it might have been because of that house. And he was like, but after that, I would have more free finances. And in
Mhm.
comparison to the other guy that I'm saying I went out with, I think he was just like being like trying to be genuine. I think he like really wanted to have a future. And even though we went somewhere really nice, we didn't have dinner on the first date and we continued to have nice dates, he still was like a super casual person. Like, he had like one of those really big tall like trucks you had to like step up on and shit like that. And he would go like on camping trips with his friends. Like he was a very casual person, but he still knew how to like treat a woman. And I think he did that just to be honest. And I appreciated it, but
Mhm.
mm, you know.
Yeah, I just think dating is complicated nowadays, and because I'm old, And then, but I
I'm
still
a
say
whole
you just
tender.
gotta,
I'm a whole tender 25, so I know how you
yeah,
feel.
you are. Yes, you are.
A tender, okay? It's a tender 25.
Tender 25. Okay. And that, yeah.
Hmm.
So you've seen some stuff, but
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. You have to, like I said, you just have to get to know people and find out, and you really need to get to know like what's in their soul, like what's really in there. Because people always, put up these masks and charades and things like that. And,
Right.
but I don't know how, but that takes time and a little bit of work. But I think, like I said, that first date, you just have to sort of start building that process. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a slow process. I mean, it's not slow, but you know what I mean. You have to be in a place where you can talk. Because if you can't, then I don't know. You know.
Mhm. Okay, where we at on the list? Any fast food chain? Y'all can go. I didn't already covered that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody up for fast food on the first date?
You
Let's
sure
No,
no 4 for
say
4?
no.
You sure
not
no
no,
4 for 4?
not no fast food really.
But the 4 for 4.
I mean, it ain't. It's only fast food joints that offer the 4 for 4.
Okay, well,
I
two
wouldn't.
two
Yeah.
for 20. Is it Applebee's have 2 for 20, right?
They do.
Yeah.
They
Hmm.
do.
And see,
See,
I like to go. I like to go to. But you know what? What's a good spot too? A juice bar. You can go speak to somebody and have a conversation. I like juice
oh,
bars too.
I like
Like,
Okay.
juice, but I like alcohol probably a little better. No, I do like juice. I used to green juice every morning, but by night I'm on that not currently because I'm on an alcohol fast actually. See,
mhm.
I got my priorities in line, okay?
Yeah. But the
I'm,
other thing
I'm
is
hurting
fast
my
food.
liver currently.
No, you better take care of that liver. But no, the
I'm,
fast food is so bad for you, and that's like
Yes,
my
it is.
rant on
yeah.
my channel. I just not for the plug, but just I rant about it all the time. And
No, that's why I
it,
like Chipotle is my favorite fast food because it's still
That
healthy.
is.
right,
That
right.
is. That's
Well, I just mean the McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, those people,
Oh,
Hardee's, ugh, and more. Like all those need
yeah.
to go because it's
I
all
feel dirty
artificial
after I eat
food.
at most of those places.
now. I like
Well,
Yes.
check
Popeyes.
this out.
I
I'm
like
old
Popeyes.
school, and they could take me to White Castle.
Oh, now see Miss April
Oh,
on a date.
Them gut
Three,
busters? Ooh.
He gonna
girl,
give you
oh, girl, them
gastrointestinal
onion rings,
dysfunction on a
honey,
first
ain't
date.
nothing like some good old White
Mm,
Castle.
you're gonna be
Mm-mm.
smelly, smelly
gastro
on
I'll,
that
I'll,
date.
I'll
issues
pass on the
or
White Castle. I'll
No,
pass on.
thank you.
mm-mm.
Well, what about a
But
polar sausage? All them good old Chicago foods.
Yeah, yeah. I can't resist no Maxwell Street, Miss April.
Wow.
I love me
18th, are
some.
you from Chicago?
Yes, I'm from
Yeah.
Oh,
Chicago.
I didn't know that. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see,
Yeah.
Chicago is one of the top five
Cleveland
U.S.
Rock
cities
and
for good food,
Alvin.
and that's not me. One of the like networks they rank the cities, and it's always like New York, Chicago, New Orleans,
Some people
San
like pizzas
Francisco.
on the first date. Like, you got a lot of people that just come here to eat our pizza.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely.
But I'm not coming there to eat y'all pizza on the first date.
So, what's your
Mm.
idea? What's your idea of a first date, V? What would you like to go that you think that's appropriate for yourself on a first date?
Well, like I said, we went to that happy hour at my favorite restaurant, which it is a pricey place, and the happy hour is not the cheapest, but we went for happy hour, right? We had some cocktails. There was a little man playing the piano, and I like it.
Oh,
That's appropriate. We
I
could
love
do
happy hour. Love it.
maybe some drinks and appetizers at a more casual place like a bar Annie's.
Mm.
Any restaurant that I've never tried that's nice. I'm a real huge foodie and I like new experiences. That'll work. Um, Pretty much most places that are not Applebee's or Chili's or fast food or Olive Garden or cheesecake that we can talk at. Pretty much most of those places.
No, no, no. Sounds like you want somebody to fulfill your ideal of a romantic date. Oh, they got to be playing the piano. They got to be doing
That is
this.
I do.
So,
I've
what
been.
you're saying, V? Just no chain restaurants. You're not a big fan. You can go to a small, quaint restaurant that's not expensive, but you're just not a fan of the chain restaurants for a first date.
I do like that live music though.
Me
Like
too. I'm not
it,
gonna lie. Me too. Yeah.
it takes some of the pressure off. So like you don't have to necessarily talk the whole time. You know, like if there's a jazz band. I used to go to this place every Thursday, and it had a jazz band, and yeah, I dig that. But like, what I wanted to ask y'all was, what about like, what about a date that's like an activity, something like Six Flags or go karts, or there's this place near me called Top Golf that I've been wanting to try. Is that too weird to do something like that on the first date, or because I'm kind of looking for a girl who wants to have fun and stuff like that, you know? I guess that's weird.
No, no. Actually, I like go kart rides. Um, I don't see anything wrong with that. But you have to make it. Most people think that the dates got to be going out to eat. Hello.
Oh yeah, yeah, it would be agreed upon because, like, I hear these stories. The way y'all talk is like I'm gonna pick her up and then I just show up at the Cheesecake Factory. You know what I mean? Like it seems like in my experience, it's always been, we already discussed it ahead of time. You know, so yeah,
Mm.
I wouldn't make her think we're going to the steakhouse and then show up at the miniature golf and go kart place. You know, but I was just asking if that's appropriate.
Yeah, I just think like this whole dating thing. To me, I just thought it was to get to know somebody. Um, Actually, to me, I thought the first date was really to see what the person looked like in person. Cause y'all been chatting, but now I keep forgetting. Y'all got to remember I'm 61, so they got FaceTime and Messenger and all of this. So people pretty much been talking to each other. But then again, everybody looks different in person. See, me, the first date for me is I'm just, you know, just seeing how we gonna vibe and laugh with each other and stuff. Yeah. Um.
So I'm
So
back. Sorry, you guys. I accidentally
yeah,
muted myself.
I'm just, 20, 30 years ago, I might have said, well, he's got to take me here or there. Um. But like right now, okay, I'm 61, so you know, a first date gonna be getting dressed
You
up.
mean 31, y'all. You mean 31.
Yeah, 31, you know. And I don't
Tenderite.
want
Tender.
and I'm still trying to go out to the club now. Now I ain't going to say I'm gonna stay all night, but I still want to go and dance.
Y'all been saying
So
to go to the club from 8 to 9:30.
so if you think like taking me to the club, Tom, if a woman that still wants to dance, and it don't have to be the club. It can be the line dance and the Steppens Club or something. But I'm still trying to hear some good music when I go out. Especially give me some Parliament. Girl, I was listening to Bootsy the other night. I'd
Oh, I
rather
listen
be
to
with you.
Pussy too,
Ooh,
Miss April.
yeah. You
I
know. So, um, cause hey, they done went way past me now. I was keeping up, but I can't keep up no more. I don't know what these folks saying.
No,
So,
was
I,
I
I
was
prefer
listening.
I prefer the old school, Miss April. I grew up on Bootsy Collins and the Parliament and all of those different bands back in the day. The OJs, the like a lot of them, the Spinners, all of them. I grew up on them too. I prefer to listen to all the old school music from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s, probably mid 2000s. I can't get with this music today. A lot of it.
I was
yeah.
listening to Nile Rodgers Tiny Desk concert today when I was on the treadmill. And I ain't gonna lie, like every time I hear Les Freak,
Uh-huh.
Freaked
Look,
out
like
to
she,
feminine
yeah.
to yeah. Every time I hear that, I think, man, I really miss my niche because I feel like I would have been really dope during the disco era. Like I could see myself in like a one shoulder gold dress and shit with like an afro and like a mid level cocaine habit, like mid level. Like I wasn't gonna do just a little bit, but I wasn't gonna do like a whole lot. Like I think I would have thrived
Girl,
during the
you talking
disco.
about Studio 54. You
Yeah,
Right.
I think. Listen, I think I would have been like that. Would have been listen. I would have been a vibe, but only a mid-level cokehead, right? Only
Yeah.
mid-level, like
Yeah.
just
Been
me.
there, done all of that. Yeah.
I don't do
Honey,
anything, and I don't do a little bit of nothing. But I wasn't gonna do too much. I was still gonna have lining in my nostrils. So yeah, I think I really missed out, man.
girl.
Anyway, you guys should watch that though. It was really good. His band, though, I don't think that's definitely not. I think he only had the one girl from the original Chic, but he had these white boys in his band. They was bad. I liked it. It's a vibe. It's a
I
vibe.
bring it every day.
Hmm?
She be on karaoke. She can sing very well. They be doing karaoke or karaoke, whatever karaoke,
Who do
and
karaoke?
I bring it every day.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where we
Yeah,
at on our list? Let me think. Let me
yeah.
think.
What's some more things?
So we did okay. Buffalo Wild Wings. Eh, to me, Buffalo Wild Wings is a sports bar. Eh, it's not a terrible date, but I mean, wings are kind of messy to eat, and I heard a lot of women don't like to eat messy food on a first date. So,
Oh, it's gonna show how much they like fried chicken too.
I mean, who doesn't like fried chicken though?
love fried chicken.
Right. So like, mm, oh man, I can eat some chicken wings every day. The full chicken wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wing stop. So the next one is wing stops. I mean, shit. If you can't go to Buffalo Wild Wings, you can't go to Wingstop.
I think
So
Wingstop is a good lunch date. Like if we want to meet up and talk for a minute. I think that's later on though. Like after see, that's the thing, cause me, I like nice things too. I like to go nice places. But I ain't about to go no place super expensive either, like on no first date. And you can usually, but then again, with me, I can tell who I'm dealing with if I want to take you out. It got to be something attractive about your personality that I want to take out. If you come off the rip like you one of these, you need to do this, 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 and that, I ain't even gonna approach you, sweetheart. You can walk in the other direction. But
can you buy me a house on a first date?
right, right, like come on now.
What's your credit score? it,
Yeah, like
Uh-huh.
it better be over 800. Okay.
So like with stuff like that, you know who you dealing with. You know who you dealing with. But
and I think that that's a lot of it too. Like I've never had to go through some of the issues that some people be talking about with dating because I feel like I'm never gonna go out with that person anyway. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I only attract the kind of people I like because men are shoot they shot whenever they feeling it. Listen. I've had a dude try to bum money from me, and then when I told him I didn't have any cash, he told me that was because I just want to use the white man's credit card, and then asked me for my number after that. I was at a car wash.
okay, yeah, he had some problems. He had
Yeah, it
some.
was very bizarre. So I ain't
Wow.
gonna say I only attract the kind of people I like, but I only go out with the kind of people. Well, every now and then somebody will surprise me, and I know I'm never going anywhere with them again. But
I
generally
mean, well, you can
speaking,
just tell who you would date based off of conversation and energy. You can just tell that,
hmm.
like
even
based
even
off of
in
first
my
vibe.
even in my even when I'm just being casual, like I have a lot of male friends too, and shit, they'll hit me up like, "Yeah, I'm at so and so. Come through," and I'll show up. Or if I'm with my friends, I bring my friends, and they pick up the tab, and it's no problem. It's not. It's never an issue of conversation or debate because people I spend time with tend to think the same way I think about like things like where to go and picking up tabs and stuff. Like all the men that I'm friends with, they don't let me pay the bill, and they pay for my friends too. That don't mean I'm like, hey girl, let's go, it's gonna be free. It isn't even like that. But if somebody said, "Oh, well, I don't have any money" or something, I'm like, "Girl, don't worry about it," because I know my friends, and it's not like you gotta do this. It's just that's just my I don't know. That's just my life. Like that's just I don't know. I don't have like I don't know. Like a lot of girls be telling all these horrible horror stories. I don't know them people, and I'm glad I don't.
No, it's not even. But see, the funny thing about it with them telling these horror stories, what they leaving out is they the main character in the horror story. Like that's the part that they leave out the most.
Exactly.
That's the part.
Exactly.
That's the part that they leave out the most. All of these
You're
horrific
there's a
men
villain.
and yeah, I mean, all these horrific men, they be trying to act like it's Armageddon and men are walking around here like Mad Max. Like, no, these women have unrealistic expectations. A lot of them have unrealistic standards. They have, and you can just tell with these women by the way they carry themselves because they how's what's the word that I'm looking for? You can tell when a person is overcompensating for lack of confidence
Yeah.
and insecurity. You got all of this caked up makeup on. You got all of this super long weave. You got your BBL, so now you think you're running the world. And a lot of the times, and it's only to hide your insecurities and your confidence. And a lot of the time, some of these women that are doing this stuff, that's talking about these type of men, they're just not good people themselves. They're not good women. They're not. They're not, and you can tell. The only one of the things that I hate, and I wish men would stop being foolish. Oh man, I might just mess with. No, don't even mess with her, man. Some of these women I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Don't even mess with her at all. Let her go on about her business and go on down the line with it. But it's mostly a lot of the women that's complaining because the men that they're looking for, a lot of them don't exist like that.
That's all I was just gonna say. They really don't.
No, and they
They really
complaining
don't.
because they really want to stunt. They really want to get this type of man to stunt on the next woman. That's all they trying to do. Stunt on the next woman, trying to be the envy of other women. That's it.
Yeah, I don't live my life like that. Like I tell people when I got a man, I'm trying to go places where y'all ain't at. We trying to so we can stay low. We staying low and building over here. I'm just trying to avoid y'all asses.
Right.
Because you can just tell the bad energy out here. You can just
Right.
see.
I'm trying to find a man that's trying to get that house built where we have our own parties, our private parties with a few friends and things like that. Like
Oh,
no.
Queen Keish, now that's a word. Y'all men attract to the BBLs is why they get their body done. Now I completely agree.
Nah, well, I'm gonna say one thing with that. That's true to an extent, but we wasn't the reasons why they was doing it. They was
No,
doing it
no,
because they
that's not true. The women who I can't. I mean, okay, if you born bad built, right? To some people, it's bad built, so they need to have some work done. But if you just say just got a standard body type, right, and you don't have a BBL body, I think a lot of women they'll say they're getting it for themselves, but themselves only feels better when they get what they think when they think they look like what they think men like. So a lot of men say, "Oh, I don't even like all that fake BBL stuff." Well, somehow there's a confusion because the women think that y'all do. So if I don't know if y'all need to hold a press conference or something, Black Men United, but
well,
y'all
I'll
say y'all
speak
don't
on
like
that
it,
real
but
quick.
nobody can tell.
I'll speak on that real quick. I mean, when do women ever listen to what we like and what we don't like? A lot of the times they don't. That's all. Like you'll have a black man telling women, "Hey, I like not natural hair, sweetheart. You ain't got to put all that weave in your hair." Who
That's
said
what
it
y'all
always?
say. Then y'all be up under the girl's picture with the BBL body and the long hair. So then the woman who doesn't have that doesn't know that you don't like that because she can't tell.
Okay, let me finish real quick. So, like when you was like when men would say this, you'll have women that'll rebut you and say, "Oh, I'm not doing this because I'm doing this for me." When in
That's
reality, they
right.
just don't like their own hair and they don't like their own self. And a lot of them, they don't get them BBLs for men, especially black men. What they do is they get it for black male attention because a lot of them want those BBLs just so somebody can look in their direction and they can shut them down to build up their own confidence, which is what happens quite often. Like a lot of these, yeah, you may have some men that'll look at it or like, oh, okay, but you can tell the ones that are horribly built, You can tell the ones that look like they solid as a rock. You can tell like all of these different ones. And some dudes, you might have some low quality dudes that may sleep with that, but they're not looking to wife that or take that home, which I don't even advise with them trying to sleep with them. But for the most part, they're not getting it. They're not getting it for the brothers, because the brothers are not even advertising that. They see other women
Like
with
I
it. And
said,
they
there's
see,
some sort of confusion. Y'all need to run an
I'm
ad in the
telling you,
newspaper or
because I
something to
thought that's
clarify.
all they want was big butts now.
Y'all gotta,
But
yeah,
even
but
though
we're
they've
not
been
talking
talking
about a
about
normal big
baby
booty.
that back for years,
These
but
not normal big booties though. This is something else. Okay, this is
girl, these some humongous butts
this is
that
something,
might
and
drop at any point.
these are
Can you
cartoon bodies. And I'm
imagine?
not trying to not listen, and I'm not trying to offend any lady that, because I believe in a little nip and tuck. But I hate the idea that so many black women feel like the only way they have a great body is if they have a BBL body. I feel like I hate that that's the standard. I hate that has become a standard. I do not like that, because we're not all meant to look alike. Like there's beauty in different sizes and body types and in aesthetics. You know, like we're not all supposed to look alike.
listen, a woman that's attractive is a woman that's attractive, regardless, whether it's the BB and all of that other stuff. That stuff, people forget that stuff is new. That stuff is new. This stuff wasn't around 15 years ago.
Sure
This stuff,
wasn't.
so when people try to say, "Oh, men ain't just come out the blue and say, oh, we want BBLs," y'all lying.
Yeah, but
Y'all
now that
saw
they've
other.
arrived, y'all seem to like them.
We first off, in the beginning, we didn't even know what was going on with the BBLs. A
Well,
lot of
y'all
the
know
times, we
now.
just
So
saw,
what's y'all excuse?
well, we not messing with them. Like a lot of these men, if okay, where's these women that's getting married and with the BBLs and all of these men chasing after them? A lot of these women are seeing other women with these BBLs and they're trying to get them because they like how those women look. Just like you got women that's caking on this makeup with these makeup techniques that they got from Transformers, and they following they lead. That ain't got nothing to do with no men.
Well, here's the thing. Don't knock the talent, okay? Some of these girls are very talented with makeup in ways that I wish I don't know how to do none of that stuff, but I wish I could. I think it's art in a way. Some of those girls are very talented.
I don't know what be going on. I ain't even in that world.
Hey, my sis together.
Well, I would like to announce that I have also been kicking my personal weave addiction. So, I've been taking really good care of my hair. I told you I got my priorities together. You know what I'm saying? I'm purging myself, purging my liver, I'm purging my scalp. Like y'all need to be like
But
me.
the
Get my
thing of
priorities together.
it is, I was so hurt last week when I saw a woman, and well, you know what? I'm gonna just be quiet because I ain't perfect neither.
I'm gonna defend the
Well,
girls with the weave though, because it is so much easier to style your weave than it is to style your natural hair.
but a lot of these women are not even taking care of their natural hair underneath that weave.
Yeah, that's how I
They're
used
not.
to be.
They're not taking, and they wonder why they got so much breakage and no edges and everything else, because they're not taking care. That ain't got nothing to do with brothers. A lot of the times, and then they be listening to a lot of people. I done heard people say, oh, y'all like weave. That's why we get it. And it turns out that the people that was selling them that weave and told them that. Oh, men like women with long hair, long hair. Yes, they like. I'm like, this is where y'all getting this from, and then y'all spreading this amongst other women, and then it's becoming confusing that all y'all like this because this is what was told to me. No, that's not true.
I think
They
that
can't
men
even
don't.
reach their scalps.
I don't think that men care about their hair
They
as long
can
as
rub their scalps.
Mm-hmm.
well, I just want to say I got my priorities together. So I just washed and conditioned my hair earlier
Go
today.
right ahead. Put some avocado in
Look,
that thing, girl.
look,
Put
I
some
sound like a pick me. I
Yeah.
conditioned my natural hair just today.
make your own homemade conditioner. Get some
I
raw
not
honey,
okay. I'm
some
not doing that.
Young
avocado.
I'm
Rio
not
said
doing
he
all
wear
that.
caps, bandos, and hoodies.
I'm
And
not doing
young
all of that.
Rio, they make some nice hair pieces now.
Look,
I mean, I
I'm
wear
not
my
making
hair in
nothing.
silk
I'm
now.
gonna just pick it up at the beauty supply.
Hey,
Yeah.
Miss April, someone asked in the comment section if you can remove the list. They said they can't see the guests.
Oh, well,
No,
okay.
we're
Well,
reading the list.
yeah, I was
What
gonna
else
say,
is on the list?
let me see. We did wings, Red Lobster.
I love Red
I
Lobster.
was just there yesterday. Hold on, whoever asked to remove the list. Hold on. And
Now, I
what's
think
the other?
A buffet.
buffet is after that.
Oh, I
So
love a buffet.
I wish somebody would try to take me to Golden Corral. Yeah,
Back in the day, I would have took somebody to the Old Country
who
Buffet.
going there? That's where I go with my
Girl,
family
You
let
after
go,
me
church.
tell you something. When I go to Golden Corral, I just want my soup and salad first. See, Golden Corral would be the perfect day for me because I'm gonna be there at least 2 to 3 hours.
Miss, there's a lot of places you can get a salad and a soup. Like, you not finna take me to
No,
Golden
I
Corral. I'm
can
not
make
finna
my
do it.
own salad, which I can get my eggs. Okay. See, the salads they served back in the day when we was coming up and had salads, we got like a chef salad. Or when you went to Ponderosa Steakhouse and they had a salad bar. Like the salads they bring you out nowadays, it's just lettuce, a tomato, that's it. And maybe a little bit of cheese.
I'm not going. Like I said, I go to Golden Corral with my family after church. That's why I draw the line right there. That's that. I'm not going to go to Corral with no grown ass man. Um,
You're not
Red
going to
Lobster. I'm
Golden
not going to Red
Corral on the
Lobster either
date.
because I don't like their seafood anymore. I still fool with they. Now I like their salad and them what they what are their biscuits, cheddar bay,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
talking about
I
I
Red
just
Lobster.
like
had
them,
some this
but we're not
morning.
going to Red Lobster either.
Why not? What's wrong with Red Lobster?
Same thing wrong with going to Applebee's. Shit, see, reasons 1 through 10.
Okay,
Same
wait,
thing.
wait, 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 wait. Hold up. Somebody pump the brakes. Red Lobster can't even compare to none of them other places.
You might be
Right.
your local. Oh, you in Chicago? Listen, I'm not going. I'm not going. Take somebody else. I'm not going.
Didn't Beyonce say she was gonna take Jay-Z to Red Lobster or something like that?
Hey,
Ladies, y'all listen to the Queen any other time. Listen to
they
her on this
already
time too.
married. They already married. They
What did
already
she
married.
say she was taking Jay-Z where?
She said if Jay-Z put it down, she was gonna take him to Red Lobster
Mm, mm.
in one of her.
Oh, okay.
Her country ass probably really do eat Red Lobster though.
I
Cause
like Red Lobster. Shoot,
back
I've
in
been
the day,
eating
she used to
Red
say she was
Lobster for
addicted to
years. Red
Popeyes.
Lobster been around
Yeah,
for a long
I
time.
love me
And the
some.
food
It ain't
still
like
tastes
now,
good.
now if you think that's bad, let somebody come up to you and say, "I'm gonna take you to Long John Silver's."
Right.
Now that's
Look,
bad.
I'm asking them, are they still in business? I,
Hmm.
I don't
They're
even know.
like they're gonna be
There's some
like, "Yeah,
places
they
I
still
don't
in
believe
business." Let me
nobody
hit.
eats at.
They're
And
gonna be like, "Yeah, they
Long
still
John
in
Silver's
business."
is on the list. I don't think nobody really eats from there.
And Arby's too. No, nobody really eat at Arby's.
Nobody. But then I saw there was a new Arby's that they had built at near my building in Houston, and I was thinking to myself, who are the Arby's customers that they need a new location? And somebody else told me they think Arby's was a front for a drug operation.
People who clip coupons.
It's just some places you can't figure out who goes there.
Uh-huh.
Like,
But you know, a lot of people like um do y'all also think this list is like really placing emphasis on eating? Because
Yeah,
what about some people that really are eating healthy foods that don't even eat? What about vegetarians and stuff?
you're right.
uh, also add to my list. I don't want to date near vegan or vegetarian. I just don't want to do it.
I kind of battle between vegetarianism and meat. I still eat meat and everything, but like I be really trying to be on my health stuff, so I try to
I
battle
like
between
healthy,
them
but I don't want a man who just I don't. Mm-mm.
Where
because
you at, Sterling?
Oh,
I
I'm right
can't do it.
here. I'm with you. We can go to Red Lobster, but yeah, I mean all the meat. We're not going to Arby's, but I'm here for all the meat.
You don't want all the meats
Okay.
from Arby's. I ain't
because
gonna lie though. I had a roast beef sandwich from Arby's one time with that sauce, and I kind of liked it.
Mhm.
I'm
That
not ashamed. I'm not
that
ashamed,
pink.
but it wasn't
Come
on
on.
the first date.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So
What's the other one on the list?
IHOP and Denny's.
For breakfast, yeah, that's cool.
Who going on breakfast dates though? You think I'm gonna wake up early to get dressed to go to breakfast
No,
with you?
no, you know, I know what you're saying. First day, I'm just thinking if I already got, if I'm already talking to
But
someone, I'll take
but breakfast can be eaten any time of the day.
Miss April. Whatever happened to Ed the Beverage? You remember Ed the Beverage?
I know. I know Ed the Beverage, and that was like a 4 to 5 star restaurant.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
a
don't
great
know.
breakfast spot.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, some people go they eat breakfast for dinner.
Just not on my first date.
Okay.
Take somebody
What
else.
about a New Orleans style Creole restaurant?
Oh, now see, I'm down for that. They probably got good drinks at that place.
I love I
Hey,
love
do they have Chinese food on here?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go there. I don't know what they be putting in that Chinese food.
New Orleans is one of my favorite places to eat and drink.
I was gonna say, with you being down there in Houston, I'm pretty sure you ran past a lot of different New Orleans style restaurants since it's right there.
Yeah, Cajun restaurant. Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, I like to eat. Listen, I like to get into some crawfish during the season, but and honestly, it's a lot of cool little crawfish places. I just don't know that me picking through 3 pounds of crawfish is that's all
Shrimp
y'all.
and grits, crawfish and
I do
grits,
like some. Yeah,
uh,
I do like that.
catfish and grits,
But
like
see,
all
this
of
is
that
why
stuff
I
is
say, and a
good.
lot of the places that serve food like that got a good little vibe. Like,
Yeah.
like a lot of little kind of like boutique type cafes and stuff like that. That's why I say we're grown. Just put a little creativity into it. Have a little vision here. We don't
And
need to
wear
be at the
a top that's showing a whole lot of cleavage.
I like a little cleavage.
Yes, ma'am.
You know.
True Strong Voice said Red Lobster menu is born. Girl, I love me some Red Lobster. I was there yesterday.
Yo, Riaz, I love
Mm-hmm.
Lebanese food. I love Lebanese food, Indian
Oh,
food,
what is
Thai
Lebanese food?
food from Lebanon. They have really good like grilled meats. Their rice is really great. Um, they have like
They do the
what is
kebab.
It'll be
yeah,
like what you would consider. It'll be like what you would consider Arab food, Miss April.
Oh, okay.
like
It's
Lebanese,
okay.
Turkish. They serve like similar food. It's actually quite tasty actually. So
Mm.
yeah. So okay, let's see what else is left on the list. Okay, the gym. Who the hell? Who? Yeah, I don't know who made this list.
What did it say?
The gym.
So, do you think to meet somebody on the first date at the gym is bad?
No, we're not talking about where you meet them. We're talking about going on a date to the gym.
On a date to the gym?
Why would I need to? I don't know you. I don't want to work out with you.
But you just getting to know the person. What if they say, "Hey, I work out, I do this, I do that,"
So
and
what are
you
you
say,
gonna
"Well,
do? Walk on treadmills next to each other and talk
yeah."
while getting in other people's way and trying to hold conversation? No, that's inappropriate.
And you
Let
know
us
what's
work on
crazy?
go.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it all the way. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck because I think a lot of people are psyching themselves out. If that woman really want that man, she gonna go wherever it is on this list that he want to go.
Lies,
I'm
If
telling
she
you.
really want that man, and
lies.
there's a lot of women out here that see men that they really, really want. If he's dressed head to toe, smelling good, he got money. He can say, you know what, we gonna go. I don't know, we gonna go to Harold's Chicken, and she like, oh, I love me some Harold's. Let's go. I don't know why everybody be trying to act like all,
Yeah,
all, all,
yeah, I know.
of, all of the defenses come down when that woman really want that man, especially if she see that it's other women that's trying to get him and she want him. She gonna be down with whatever he want to do.
You got
I
that
get
right. Say it
that.
again. Say it louder for those women in the back where they concentrate. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm generally unimpressed. Like that. So I don't know. I guess I don't
Okay,
know.
what's the other restaurant? Okay, so you
So
saying the gym? Well, a gym. Well, okay. I I
It's
mean,
bad gym
what
etiquette to be
else?
having all that talking going on anyway. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do and get out and go. That's not a place for socializing. You getting in the way and slowing
What
down progress.
niggas going to allow restaurant with
No,
somebody singing or playing music, playing the piano?
no, it's not about it being loud in there. It is bad gym etiquette to be in there, taking up space, holding up other people who trying to work out and go, and you in there trying to talk and take your time and be leisurely. Like that's just bad gym etiquette. Do what you gotta do and
But
go.
that's the first, that's you just trying to see really if the person looks or appear to be who they say they are.
Miss April, all dates ain't blind dates. Sometimes you've met this person before. You still don't need to be. I don't care what the circumstances are. You It's bad gym etiquette to be just taking your time in the gym. Work out and get the hell out the way.
Okay.
It's just
All
bad
right.
in the gym.
The
Um,
next one.
church, and I don't know. Already said I don't even know who you worship, so
Oh
that's a
no,
no.
we're going to church, y'all. Y'all
That's
might
a
be
no.
trying to voodoo folks.
Right. That's
Yeah.
weird. You definitely not supposed
Yeah.
to be talking in church. So, uh. Starbucks. I already told how I feel about the time slot of coffee, so that's a negative. Uh, and see whoever made this list is really stupid because they have Starbucks at 17 and coffee dates at 18. They're repetitive, so this person probably wastes a
Okay.
lot of time. Um, ice cream date is number 19. I think I said earlier that I went on an ice cream date and I thought it was so pure and so sweet, but he wasn't a
Uh-huh.
first date. I've known him forever. So
Okay.
uh I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion really on ice cream dates because I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that one.
I'm
If you
going to
like
ice
it, I
cream
like it.
date myself. I love me some ice cream. I
Yeah.
I go there by myself.
You date yourself.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, all of these places, like, hey, if she ain't going, I'll go by myself. It's all good.
I think I'd rather go
I
on an
might
ice
go. I
cream
might
date
go
than
to some of these.
Applebee's.
I might go to some of these places and bag the waitress or something. I don't know.
Oh God, that's not
Go,
a
go,
date, okay?
go by myself. Okay, well,
Right.
she don't like the next woman would.
While they sitting around talking about they ain't going, you might meet you a nice woman at them places.
Okay,
Yeah.
now see y'all ain't no good. Y'all on a date and then y'all just gonna meet another woman
No,
while
you
you.
said if they went by yourself. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
if they don't want to go get ice cream, that's fine. I'm gonna go get my own ice cream, and then you meet the perfect person.
Mhm.
Okay,
well,
the next one.
I think I'd rather go get ice cream than Applebee's. Uh,
Yeah.
family functions. What I need to meet your family for? I don't know you or them.
Yeah, you get around them and find out how ghetto they is, and
Your
shoot.
family, look, your cousins outside fighting in the backyard. You done invited me to
Right.
this shit.
Your
Who at
I
the
uncle
ain't
pool
gonna
just
last
lie.
night?
I ain't gonna lie because I ain't gonna lie. I don't want
your
this.
uncle just tried to fill on me.
And Miss April, we out here in Chicago. It's certain family
Yeah,
members I don't even want my woman to meet. I'm like, look,
right,
my uncle, this
right,
uncle right
right,
here, my cousin, he done shot people. Like, I don't
right.
want,
You got that right. Right.
I do
I
not
don't
want
want you
y'all
to
to
meet
meet.
me.
I do
He
not
done
want
been
y'all to
shot
meet.
5 times. Yeah. Mm-mm. He done been shot 5 times.
Huh?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I'd be like, I
No.
don't want them asking my date. You think you can let me hold $20? I don't want them to do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them trying to sneak a field. Yeah,
I
Uh-huh.
think
no.
that's everybody's family though. You got to
Like,
reserve that for later on. They got to
like
be locked in because
Uncle Elroy, I done told you. Look, I done
I told you, right. Then here come the relative, a fight them broke out because they said, I'm sick of you bringing your kids here and don't never bring no food and then taking all the to-go plate. And you sitting there like, damn, they don't want to give them extra kids. They don't even want to feed the kids. No, we tired of them bringing their kids and the whole damn family. Don't
man.
never bring them the first, but the first one's got it to go play.
Or the
Okay.
worst, of the worst, they grab a to-go plate first and go sneak it to the
Right,
cop and then come back and make their regular plate.
Mm.
Oh yes, man. We all got some of them. Okay, carry on. But they don't give money to y'all cookouts. But you look up and you see them at Applebee's or Chili's.
Uh,
Yeah, okay. hmm
True strong warrior. I think a skating date is cute, but not on a first date because I don't think that you can really. You gonna have people whizzing around you. Like I think it's kind of hard to kind of hold a conversation doing that. That's my only
Well,
thing.
that's
I
nice.
like dates
If
that have
she
activities
pretends
too.
she falls and he picks her up, come to her rescue and picks her up.
oh yeah,
Girl, come on.
Oh
yeah,
God.
that could be
I
cute.
remember one year I kept asking everybody I knew would they take me ice skating, and nobody wouldn't take me ice skating.
Girl,
They
that's
loved
too
me.
cold. You know we don't fool with no cold weather. The heck?
Well, it was in Houston. It wasn't that damn cold. It was just the rink. It was just sneezing on them. Would nobody take me? That's why I knew. I knew nobody didn't love me at that moment.
I don't mind going ice skating. It's just I can't skate, man. I can't skate. I'm not
It's
trying
the
to get out there
injuries.
in the
Wait
deep.
a minute, you from the shine. Don't skate. That's like saying you don't know how to bop or skate.
Oh no, no.
What?
Like what you say? You said that's like what, Miss April?
Like saying you can't skate or bop. Back when
I know how
you
to
do
step.
know how to.
I know how to step a little bit, but I can't. I
Oh,
tried. I tried to do skates when I was a kid. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. After I kept falling and everything, I kind of gave up. I never
oh,
learned, but I know how to step a little bit now. I know how to step.
okay. All right. What's the next one, Just V?
Movie night, Netflix, Hulu, and etc.
Well,
That's
that means it
again him.
would have to be at somebody's house.
Right,
For a
and
first
stranger
date, we
danger
done
still
already said.
trying to get you to the house to eat his whack ass spaghetti and shit, so he can be cheap and nasty.
And the crazy thing is, as much as we say that's a no no, it's a lot of women that's doing that.
Check this out. Like I told my son, do not eat nothing with red in it on the first
Oh
date with
God.
a woman. Okay, keep carry on. What's the next one?
Somewhere that requires a long drive. Again, sounds dangerous. Where we going? In the woods?
Well,
Where we going?
I'll say here, like it's not like for instance, if I'm going to a nice restaurant, that drive is going to be included in the date. Because if we hit down Lakeshore Drive and we
Oh,
going all
that's
the way up
scenic.
north,
Yeah, that's
then
nice. So y'all
that'll be
live in a really
Yeah.
nice city though, so it's like y'all have like it's really scenic to drive. I would say to Chicago, but
you've been here before, V?
I have. Well, I went for a work trip.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. We stayed near the I think the Hilton near the lake. Like it was really
yeah,
big.
I know
Yeah.
where it's at. Yep.
Um,
We
and
have a skyline that's breathtaking.
it really is. And my boss at that time, Brian, he was saying, V, wait till you see the skyline. I was like, yeah, Houston has a skyline. That's what I told him. And he goes, not like this. And then we got a little closer and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
that
is
skyline is
beautiful.
the best. I say next to New York, we got the best skyline in the country. Definitely.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
listen, it was beautiful. Like as I was approaching, I don't know necessarily New Orleans that New York has like a inner or highway system or whatever where you can see that much of it as you're just driving up. So that's the only difference. Like I could see it and out there, I was like, damn, that is beautiful. This is amazing.
Hmm.
So yeah,
I usually don't have the girl in my car on the first date. Like a lot of girls these days, like especially if you met like online or something like that, you
stranger danger.
yeah, they want to meet you at the restaurant, and that's cool. Like very, very rarely are we in the car together, on the first date.
I agree. In modern times, a lot of times we're not. Yeah. True strong, you can't be telling Fat Boy about stuff like that. You definitely
Now I
can't
know,
tell
like
nobody
what
who
you
get their
said.
haircut and put it in their pocket
So
about that kind of stuff.
let me ask you a quick question, V. Now I know you say, of course, no movies, but something tells me that you would go to a nice play on the first date, wouldn't you?
Not, I would because hey, I like live performances. So yeah, I sure the hell will. But that's not typically a place where you can get to know each other. But that guy that I was telling you about that was telling me about like his financial situation, he actually took me to see Wicked, and we went to a restaurant. We went to a really nice restaurant before, and I was like, yeah, he at least takes me on really awesome dates. I was contemplating it. I mean, he might have been contemplating harder, but yeah, I was really enjoying him. Like I don't know, it was a good vibe, and it was his idea.
So why you didn't why didn't you further pursue, you know, his company?
I don't think it came to that. Like when I was telling you about the camping trip, he
Mhm.
was getting ready to do something where I guess like him and his friends like get together and do like some sort of camping trip, and he was telling me about it, and he was saying we could do that or do something else like I think he was saying like go to Galveston or something for the weekend, and I was like, I've never been camping, but I'd be down to try it. And um I think he got the impression that I really didn't like those sorts of like simplistic casual things, which isn't necessarily true. Like I love a good new experience, and like I said, I'd never been camping. I said I'd try it. If I hated it, then I hated it. But if I enjoyed it, I enjoyed it.
Was he a white guy?
No, he was I think he was, I can't remember. I don't think he was Mexican. I think he might have been Mexican black. He's some sort of Hispanic person. I can't recall. I can't remember. But like his kid for sure was black. He had his child had a black mom. I remember specifically. But I feel like he was. I don't know if he was Puerto Rican, which I guess doesn't explain his race. But he was He was another. Okay, I don't recall. I don't remember. He was a nice guy. I think that he just maybe needed the chemistry like at his pace. Like we were going on a lot of dates in a compact amount of time. Like we went on nice dates. Sometimes after I finished working out, we'd maybe meet across the street, get some Thai food. Like we were going through a lot of dates. I think he was really trying to plan for his future in a kind of a way. And I don't think that I might have been ready for all of that at the time. And I think that the deal breaker might have been like he was dropping me off one evening, and it was a whole bunch of people like outside the parking garage in my building. And I was distracted by that. But he was like reaching in for a kiss. This was after we've had several dates. And I was distracted, and I think I might have moved my head back, and he might have taken that as a sign that I wasn't really into him. So, and we just kind of left it at that.
Oh, poor thing.
He was a nice guy though, like he was a nice guy. And he was, like I said, he was honest, and I don't feel like he was doing anything for some sort of like weird transactional even exchange type thing. I think, he was just trying to date. Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one on the list?
I can't see Miss April because you got number 23 on down covered with the
Wait a minute.
with the comment.
Oh, let me take it out. Hold on. Y'all gotta bear with me. Is that hookah bars? Hold on.
And one thing I really like people who can make me laugh. I gotta say that. Like I have a really dark sense of humor. I don't laugh at anything. I be watching stuff and stuff don't even be a joke, and I laugh because it's funny to me. But I like humor. Humor goes a long way. I like charming people too. And charming people tend to pick really good date spots, whether it be a real casual bar or
What's the
whatever.
next one?
Charming people tend to have good date ideas. Miss
Somewhere
April, did you
bowling.
take it down?
Hold on. Okay.
Bowling.
Bowling. I don't feel like you can talk on a first date for bowling. Miss April, if you put one more comment back up there.
I know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my phone or what. Whenever I try to hide something, it takes a minute.
I think some of these places are good combinations on the first date. Like you can throw bowling in after maybe food or something like that, or
Yeah.
Ice cream after food.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless they got some bomb ass desserts at the place, because I love me a good dessert now.
See, I gotta be talked into dessert. I'm always trying to count my calories.
Oh man, I'll sacrifice it and feel bad for myself later on. especially if they got like a super good bread pudding and ice cream or something like that. Or yeah, I might go ahead and sacrifice that. Um,
Okay, there
yeah,
we go.
Nightclubs. If I want to go to the club, I don't need you. So that's that.
Nah, that ain't dating going to the club because your ex or your other woman you seeing might be there. Nah, uh-uh,
Well, at a
uh-uh.
tender age of 25, 25, I don't want to go to the club no more, really. So
Okay.
I don't really want to
What's
go there
the
too much
next
with
one?
anybody. Hookah bar. I think a hookah bar is a good place for a first date. If it's a nice
How
one, you
the
can
hell is
still
that? Is that where you pulling on stuff look like you in an experiment lab and it's going through wires?
yeah. Well, it's not a wire; it's a
Yeah.
pipe, and it has like water in it, and they have fruit flavors. It's like fruit flavored tobacco,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's all
I've
things.
been to hookah bars before.
I think that's a good date
For a
because
date?
it might have music. You could still talk. If it's a nice, I mean, most places that have hookah are nice enough.
And
I
in
think.
some of those places, you can actually order food too.
Yeah, I think that's a good date.
And what if the
Um,
person is trying to quit smoking and then you taking them
I'm
to
not
Yeah,
taking them nowhere.
yeah,
They're taking me, and they asked if you need to. They need to know. They need to know.
yeah. I don't even smoke, but I'll try hookah definitely.
Yeah.
I think if you
But
don't smoke hookah, you can still go to the hookah bar and not smoke.
yeah, but you don't want to
Mhm.
be in those hookah bar where it's smoking and you don't want to smoke, especially if you are a former smoker or something like that. But somebody said earlier, like amusement parks. I think amusement parks would be a good combination after. Okay, we go here, we'll eat, and then let's go to Navy Pier, or
Oh
some.
yeah, get on a ride or something. But I ain't
Yeah.
ready to get on no big roller coaster on no
I was just
first
gonna
day.
say
You know
I'm
what?
just.
Let me tell you something, Miss April. I ain't been to no amusement. I ain't been to no Six Flags in so long. I remember I went there. I took my nephews there. I thought I was about to down that roller coaster. I didn't know what I was
I
gonna do.
know,
I
I
was
shoot.
like,
always
this.
never understand how people enjoy those. Like I don't screaming for my life doesn't make me feel good. Like
I
I don't
wasn't.
like that.
I was in such fear. I wasn't even screaming. I just like preparing myself for the worst. It was just like I was just
Praying, doing Hail Marys and everything,
because I'm
like
like I
calling
can't.
everybody.
I swear, I'm like this ride flailing my body weight all over every direction. I can't control myself. I'm about to die.
No, no.
And I'm
Well,
too
we all agree that's no first date.
A
and I'm
heart
too
attack for a
paralyzed.
first date.
I'm too paralyzed in fear to even scream.
Together, you like roller coasters, girl? No, I ain't going nowhere. I'm hollering and screaming.
I'm not getting
No,
up. I'm
no.
just at this point we seeing people flying up out of the things. I'm a pass. I'm a pass on all of it.
Right.
And you know what was the scariest thing to me? I'm like, I don't want to be flailing around here and I'm going upside down and my phone and my wallet is flying
Mhm.
out of my pocket. And I'm just seeing it
Right.
fall right there in the forest. And I know, like, damn, there go my damn new
They got
iPhone,
money.
my
That's
wallet.
why
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay on the
I can't.
ground and I'm gonna hold everybody's phone while y'all go up. That's my excuse. That's why I can't go. Somebody have to hold the phones.
I ain't gonna lie. After I get off that thing, I've been trying to hop an electrical fence, get into the forest area. Where my damn phone at?
Oh wow.
Right.
Much. Number
What's the next one?
26. A bar for just drinks. I think that is a perfectly acceptable idea. Hopefully you take her to a nice place and not a hole in the wall.
Hey, honey, them holes in the walls will be hitting now.
Yeah, but that not on the first date.
Yeah, not on the first date. Yeah.
I'm going to. You can take me to a hole in the wall after I meet your crazy family. Neither one of those things are going to happen when we first meet each other. And number 27 is Waffle House. That sound like honestly going on a date to Waffle House. Feel like we just met at the club and you trying to go home with me. So that's also going to be a no. And is that the last one, Miss April? I can't tell. I can't
Yeah,
see.
that's it. That
That's
will
it.
be it. The whole
So
list is out there.
I only wanted to go to maybe. I think I only was willing to go to like 3 places. So I was. Well, I was only willing to go to maybe ice cream and a bar for just drinks. Oh, a hookah. And that was it. I was only willing to go to 3 out of the 27 places.
A true strong warrior said you should try parasailing.
On a first date? Again,
Girl,
well,
we gonna be screaming for our lives.
you know what? I mean, I think if you live in a place where you can go parasailing, that might not be the worst first date because, right? Like you probably be somewhere beachy. Y'all could probably get some drinks or
Right.
food afterwards, but y'all, go on a little boat and you go up. I mean, technically you could talk up there. I went parasailing one time, but the bar hurt my butt, like the one we were in. So I probably won't be going again. Plus, I don't really like heights, to be honest.
Oh, you know what was up? Did they have hiking on here? Would anybody go hiking with anybody?
Uh,
No,
maybe.
you don't know where they're gonna take you to.
Well, that's true. Stranger danger. I was thinking maybe because you could, pack a little basket and maybe have a cute little lunch.
Right.
So I think I don't know. It depends on how I know this person.
Yeah, you could see a nice sunset or something like that, maybe.
Yeah. I
But
think that could be okay. See, everything really isn't about the price. It's about the experience, really. It really is. Maybe. I've never been hiking. So,
What about, you know what? I would go on a helicopter ride.
oh, now, well, that's a fancy day. That is not going to be cheap.
Yeah, that's for me because I want to do that too. But
I do too.
yeah, definitely, especially over the Chicago skyline. I definitely want to do that.
Oh yeah, a beach date would be nice. Yeah, a beach date.
Gotta have
Mhm.
I gotta have some good fruit, some sliced up watermelon already, some nice
No,
some
I ain't
nice.
got to do none of that. You better take me to a beach with cabanas, and then we just get a cabana, and then people bring us sliced fruit.
I don't even know where Cabana is at.
You got to take me to South Beach.
I ain't never even heard of that.
Listen. These are my date requirements. Must be 7 feet tall. Must own helicopter to fly me down to Miami so that we can have a beach date with a private cabana. Also, must own cabana and the beachfront property as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. You didn't dated Shaq. All right.
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've had a beach.
Okay.
I've had a beach date before. Yeah, I was living in Costa Rica, and this girl said that she wanted to show me some surfing spot. So we went surfing, and then ate lunch and made a whole day of it. It was nice.
And see, I think things like that are fun too, like because you compatibility, right? Like you guys both like apparently outdoorsy and those sorts of activities. I think things like that can be fun. I just don't happen to do any of those activities.
Yeah, like I'm like I like a lot of nice stuff too. So things like that I'll definitely be down to do.
Look at Queen Keish, y'all thinking simple, talking about must have condo on the beach. Must own private island. What are you talking about? Condo on the beach.
And a
He owns the whole
speedboat.
island.
Well, to me, I think going out on the first date is where you're really trying to get to know the person. I think if you want to get, dialed up and you go meet that person, I think it should be more where you two, and this is just my opinion only, where you two can see how each other looks, how a person is. I mean, because that first date is going to be the first impression. You can see how they're dressed,
Yeah.
how they dress from that. You can see if they're a slob because you're going to see the way they eat. It's so much that can be learned from a first date. So I just think that it should be in a small setting. because really you're trying to find out if you want to go on a second date with that person. Am I correct or not?
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, those things are true, but I don't know. I also feel like there generally seems to be a lot of first impression, want to impress some, not necessarily impress, but want to um what's the
And
word? Like
if they keep
put your
popping an
best foot
Altoid,
forward.
you know they got bad breath. If
If
they
what?
keep popping mints.
If they keep peppermint, oh my god. Who keeps
If they
peppermint
keep
though? That
popping mints or Altoid in their mouth,
I
you
feel
know
like the
they
man
got
who
bad
keeps
breath.
peppermints around is also the guy that's gonna invite you to church on the first date. Like they the same person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think a man that keep popping peppermints in his mouth got bad breath.
Miss April, I think you over there on some dating sites because you keep saying you got to see how somebody look, and I think you
Well,
over there.
that's because I'm old school.
Mhm.
Like a first date, we had not messaged each other. We had not FaceTime each other.
That's
So you didn't know what you was getting ready to get. So, it was the anticipation of the person. So nowadays, with all of the dating apps and everybody pretty much doing the prereqs on FaceTime or Messenger or all of these dating apps. So then when you really get with them, because people can be who they want to be on the dating apps, until you actually get around that person and be around them, then that's when you can really see the true person. Now that's my opinion.
when you find out he don't really own that helicopter. He just rented it.
Right. Yeah, that's his home boyfriend who knows somebody who they
He's like, I'm
felt
just
sorry
joking. I
for
don't
you.
expect anybody to own a helicopter.
Mm-mm-mm.
But yeah,
No,
I feel like the other side of it is like there is so much pressure on that first date that I feel like people are just going to come out and just not necessarily be themselves. They're going to flex, and they're going to do go above and beyond. And I feel like you kind of do have to be skeptical of of is this the real person who you're seeing on the first date.
right,
Um,
right.
Warrior, I think a comedy club could be a good date if only you go for like drinks before. Well, probably before because you can't talk during the show. See, I don't really feel like a first date should be anything where you guys can't talk to each other. That's the only thing.
Right.
But I
So,
love
hey,
comedy shows.
what do you think the conversation should be on the first date?
Whatever it flows to. Pleased
Should
to
it be
meet
about
you.
sex?
No, just
No
life
sex
in
in it?
general. Just whatever. I mean, just whatever.
Like how many kids? Where do you work?
Yeah, it
What
could be
kind of
things like
car?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
if you feeling like it, you ask them what are they looking for. I don't tend to ask that question because I
do
like
you
action.
ask them their favorite sexual position on the first date?
No, Miss April.
Hello, hello.
Cut
Whoa,
it out, Miss
whoa.
April. Go to timeout. What, Miss April?
I'm looking for a woman like this,
Well,
April.
I'm just
You looking
asking.
for what?
I'm trying to find out how you
You
young
better be
people think.
careful. Miss April got a pink wig. You better be careful what you ask for. You know what they say about the ones with the pink wigs.
We gonna go to Red Lobster and Waffle House.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, you just
So,
talk to them, like
Make
I don't know, whatever comes up. I don't feel like it's a list, but you just try to get to know them. Like you might end up talking
but
about like,
so you say whatever comes up, but you saying don't talk about sex.
well, if
Okay.
because if you go out with a man, right? This is your first time going out with him, and he only wants to talk about sex. It's going to sound like he just wants to have sex, even if. So there are
No, I
some men
didn't.
that take you out hoping they're going to have sex, but that don't mean they talk about it.
Mm,
Like you ain't got to be so uncouth. I know that sex is an option.
okay. Hey, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to see. I'm 31 young, so I'm just trying to see what y'all youngins thinking nowadays.
You a
That's
Timothy?
all.
I went to an Astros game with this guy that I met. I don't remember how I met
Oh,
him,
you
right?
went to a baseball game. Okay.
Right. But let me but it was because he told me part of his job was entertaining his clients, right? I don't remember what his job was. So we ended up going to an Astros game. We had really good seats. I think there might have been like third or fourth row seats, and was with this couple, and they were really nice. But so I took an Uber there. Not sure if he sent it for me or if I got it myself, because I didn't want to deal with parking. And so I had on like some jeans, some Sperry's, an Astro shirt. I can't remember if I wore a baseball hat. I get there, this fool got on corduroy pants, and it's hot outside, and I can't figure out why he's wearing corduroy pants and loafers to the Astros game when it's hot outside. Like, I'm so thoroughly confused. And we were at the game. That was cool. Then he wanted to go for drinks afterward, and I said yes. Then he was like, "Oh, I got to go check on my dog. Stop by his townhouse. It stunk, so I was ready to get the frig up out of there." And then I went home. So, like, later on midweek, he sent me a picture of something he cooked that looked really disgusting. I have no idea why he shared that picture with me. And then he called me and told me that like Monday was going to be like a holiday, like a Memorial Day or something. And I don't, well, somehow I think it was like 4th of July, honestly, because I said it was hot outside. And he told me he was getting ready to go visit his family in Louisiana, and I'm in Texas. And I said, "Oh, okay, have fun with that." Da, 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 da. He tells me, he goes, "So I was thinking that before, now mind you, I just met him the week before." He was like, "Oh, well, I was hoping that before I leave that we could pass the physical line or something, like the intimate, something like that." And I was just like, "Negro, I'm still trying to figure out why you had on corduroy pants in the hot as hell summer. Like, what are you talking about past the physical line? Like, what do you know? Like, you don't have to remind me that sex is an option. I know that it's there. And if I wanted to have sex with you, you weren't going to have to tell me." And this is after one date. And I was like, "We only went out one time." He was like, "Yeah, and we went for drinks after." And I was like, so who cares?
So, do
I'm
you think most men are looking for sex on the first date?
I think they're open to it.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Brittany.
So,
Okay.
I've had mostly good luck, but I have been on some surprisingly weird dates, and it's always been with guys that I don't even understand why you so trash ass, because you seem like you would be, just more civil. Just, I don't know, house trained or something. Like, I don't know, I just met you last week. Talking about you was thinking we could pass them. No, that's what he said. Cross the physical lines. That's what he said. Cross the physical lines.
Mm.
Take off some hot ass pants for you catch a fire. That's what you do. Leave me alone.
No,
And
you
I
tell
don't have
them
a
to
problem with
show you
corduroy pants, actually,
they
because I
help.
have been looking for a pair, but not in the summertime.
You tell them to show you their health records is what you do.
I didn't need to see nothing from him because I had heard all I needed to hear.
Well, you saw what you wanted to see because they had on corduroy pants.
Well, I didn't want to see that for sure, but
Hey,
there it
New
was.
Building.
There it was.
Yeah. Young Riaz, who's a young rapper over there in the UK, who
Young Riaz,
takes his,
that's admirable, but
he takes his religion very seriously.
that's all I'm gonna tell you is it's
So
admirable.
yeah, so
That's
he
all I'm gonna tell you.
doesn't
It's
date.
admirable. You keep up. You
Hmm.
keep fighting a good fight, young Riaz.
Yeah,
A little late for me,
yeah.
but yeah.
Well, I appreciate everybody chiming in today. Did anybody want to give any closing statements on what they think a first date should be, or what people should look for, or how people should communicate for this first date? Because they done took this list to the extreme. You got people now that guys are pulling up to these places and they're not getting to the car. But I call those weak women.
They- they-
They're
I
not getting
mean,
out the car. The women aren't getting out the car now because
well,
of
what
this
happens if
list.
you don't get out the car? Then what happens? Y'all just sit in the car?
I don't know. I said there'll be some. It's gonna be a whole lot of hungry women out here. Mm. Okay, thank you, Brittany. So who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go ahead and give my final remarks. Thank you for allowing me on, Miss April. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. Always a pleasure to speak with V. And shout out to the gentleman above and everything. Like I think some things on this list is okay on the first date in combination. But I just think it's a lot of it's a lot of people. And let's be clear on one thing that a lot of ladies need to understand. Ladies, from a man now this is coming from a man now, not just any man. I'm a decent guy, but
Okay.
this is don't y'all better stop letting social media dictate y'all thought process when it comes to dating. Y'all better get up out these echo chambers when it comes to dating because y'all gonna be sitting up alone and you're gonna be needing your girlfriend's company to to get you through the day. And that's exactly what's going on. Y'all better stop letting these certain women online manipulate y'all because first and foremost, a lot of these women that's doing this and giving a lot of women bad information, they doing it for a bag and they doing it for followers online. So, ladies, y'all better, go out there and see what your dating options are. Don't let them trick you out of meeting somebody that's a good match for you that you can possibly build a relationship with and build a family with as time goes on. So that's all I got to say.
Oh, well, that ain't that sweet.
I appreciate
Oh,
that.
that was nice.
That was nice. Hard to follow. What I just say is thank you. Like I took a chance, hit the link, and it was a very interesting topic. And I hit sometimes like 10, 15 links every day and just hop on a bunch of panels and see what people are talking about. And I would say to Miss April, this is a very interesting topic. Like one of the most interesting topics I've seen in a long time. So
Thank you.
Mhm.
yeah, bravo to you. Kudos to you for putting it out.
Well, do come back, Sterling. I'll be over
Yeah,
here
come back,
acting
Sterling.
up.
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
How often do you go live?
Oh shoot, whenever I feel like it, whatever. I got another hot topic I'm gonna talk about probably tomorrow. Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Whatever comes to my mind, I just call people up. I want to talk about this. I
Yeah.
try to talk about real life issues. And that's why I say when I saw this list, I talked to, to my relative. I'm like, so y'all do know, like whoever wrote this list, they're a follower, they're not a leader. So please don't get it twisted. And I
I
hope you
think they
don't
just
become,
childish. Whoever
yeah,
wrote that.
like, because they're sitting at home hungry and somebody else is going on some nice, wonderful dates, meeting some people that they have probably vibed with. Now, it is quite a few places that I agree with, but I do think the way the way I'm seeing the way society is seems like you guys you've got to really talk about what you want. When they say drinks, that means drinks only. If a guy says we're only going out for drinks, that does mean drinks out. Now I'm all for the woman being fed and all of that, but you can't spend somebody else's money. Um,
Yes, I
if
can.
they say drinks only, that means drinks, and you probably looking at maybe 2 or 3 drinks for each one of you guys, which might be about just like $100 or $200. Not to go overboard on somebody. There are some truly amazing, great men out here that are really trying to save their coins because they want to invest. They have goals of becoming a businessman. They might be just bought property that they're trying to renovate. So you can't go spending everybody's money.
Mhm. Well, for my closing statement, I would just like to remind everybody to use a condom. And ladies, I would like to strongly suggest that you all just shoot for the stars. And if he owns anything less than his own private island, block him. That's my closing statement.
Oh,
Didn't I just say y'all don't listen to somebody with this type of advice? Yeah.
right,
Hey,
right.
hey, hot girl summer might be over, but it might be time to turn up all winter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
Y'all
But
about
check
to
this
have
out.
a whole lot of women by themselves and don't even realize
Yeah.
what's happening.
Right. And check this out. So, hot body summer is over with. Now, if you live in some places, it's getting ready to get cold. Women, keep them bodies up. Keep them stomachs flat, if that's what y'all think. Continue to work out and eat healthy for yourself, not for no man.
But if you want the man with the private helicopter, just go to the gym.
You're gonna have to
Take
go to a
yourself,
real nice,
take
expensive gym.
yourself where
You,
millionaires hang out at.
No,
you ain't gonna find them at Planet Fitness. I guarantee you that. You're
so
not
They're
gonna
gonna
find.
have their own personal trainers.
right. He can come. They can send somebody to your house to work you out. But no, I think my real closing statement is I think that find someone who you're compatible with, and when you're compatible with them, he's gonna pick the right first date. Well, okay, no, let me not scratch that because you don't know if you're compatible yet. No, well, okay, I don't scratch that. Just scratch what I said last. I don't really have a closing statement. I got to get my thoughts together. I think that yeah. Never mind. Never mind.
Have
I don't have a
fun.
closing statement.
Enjoy
Get
life.
that private
Life,
island.
life is too short. Just have fun.
Yeah, and find
And
somebody you're compatible with. That
I'm like the 18th letter. Social media getting ready to mess up too many of y'all. If y'all sitting up here talking, uh, letting these folks on social media dictate again, that's following material. Be your own leader.
I agree.
Pick up your own dates.
Use a
Hey,
condom and find somebody you're compatible with. That's my closing.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody. April Showers.
Bye,
I'm out.
everyone.
Bye. Peace. Love y'all. April Showers. I'm out.
Bye bye.
Bye.